welcome to episode 3 of Day One Patch. My name is Ryan Johnson. I will be your host for tonight and all foreseeable podcasts.
Until we impeach him.
And that could happen. I don't know how good I am as a host. I do my best.
And I love impeaching.
Okay, that's... Would it be impeach or would it be a, what do you call it?
Mutiny?
Mutiny, yeah.
I like to think mutiny.
I wasn't elected, so... I would say mutiny.
This is your house, and I don't feel the need to get off the couch.
Your equipment.
So Matt, on pure laziness, will not become host?
That is correct.
Okay. Let's start off with what we're playing. And Marty, since you took the second place spot, you were going first.
I actually didn't do too much gaming this week, actually.
Yeah.
I
I think
did-
we planned Borderlands, but we never got to it.
Yeah, we were trying to play Borderlands. The Sir Hammerlock DLC is out now. But I did a lot of reading instead.
What were you reading?
I purchased a lot of Punisher comics. Purchased in quotes. But yeah, I read a lot of news stories online about people doing terrible things to other people. So I thought I'd read some Punisher comics.
Oh, you just mean like douchebagish things?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to see douchebags getting.
I thought you were
what
like
they deserve.
I thought you were witnessing murders and stuff.
No,
Oh
no.
my god.
But no, I didn't play much, so I should probably not be doing a video game podcast.
Okay, Matt.
Well, you and I were playing Black Ops for a bit, and some
Oh, yeah.
SWTOR as well.
That was actually refreshing. I will give it that.
It wasn't bad for a couple hours. Then it got
Yeah.
annoying. But
Yeah. It always gets annoying.
I mean, but
But-
it's all right. It's Call of Duty.
The truth of it, yeah, we'll keep playing it until the next Call of Duty comes out, and then we'll play that.
Well, I didn't play Modern Warfare 3 just because I literally played 3 matches and was like,
yeah, you
why am I
literally
doing this?
stopped, yeah.
I couldn't do it. It wasn't good at all.
What are you doing right now?
I'm on Twitter.
Oh.
Who's that?
That's Jem Atkinson. That's my
Yeah, man.
that's my theme.
No, I'm
That's
sorry.
good stuff.
I'm really sorry.
What do you mean no?
The-
I mean, no.
There was a rumor going around that she was Rowan Atkinson's daughter, Mr. Bean.
That'd be hilarious.
And that would have been
that
amazing.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Actually.
We are seeing this pattern of ugly people having pretty good looking offspring.
You know, Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
That's
oh,
right.
yeah.
Quite attractive.
Yeah.
See? Adriana, what are you playing?
I just literally put away my phone. I was playing Angry Birds Real since it was free. But, no, I finally finished, and I packed away for good. Never to be brought out again. Batman Arkham City.
Here we go.
So I finished that finally.
And what's the
Yeah.
verdict?
Marty must be proud of me.
So wait,
Yeah,
you packed it away for
pretty
good.
good.
So did you finish all those Riddler challenges then?
No, I did every side mission except I didn't finish his, and I didn't do the augmented reality training.
Yeah.
Other than
What
that-
was that?
you go to the top of some sort of predetermined location. There's a Batman symbol. So there's augmented reality online, and then has a bunch of markers. You got to fly through or do tricks.
Isn't
And you
that how
can't you can't touch the ground, right?
You can't touch the ground.
Isn't that how you unlock more items?
No, I had everything unlocked. Like
Oh, okay.
all my upgrades were maxed
I
out.
remember it did something. I
Yeah,
think you're right.
I don't know what you get at the end, but
Oh, the first one unlocks the grapple thing, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Wait, is it on the grapple or the ability
The
to
glide afterwards.
glide afterwards?
Yeah.
Because that's not touching the ground. You're just
Yeah, yeah.
flying through the air better.
So I did that.
Those are hard.
I went and I did the Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC,
What'd you think?
which was good. I liked it because you get to play as Robin. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly thought you were just going to play Batman again, and then you start off playing Robin.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a nice change of pace, and he had some pretty cool things. He had his, I'm going to call it baton staff, sure, but there's a bullet shield.
I've yet to play that DLC actually.
I played
so
it.
do you want me to not say anything about
You
it?
can go ahead. I don't really care.
Okay, because I was going to pretty much just lay out some spoilers here.
Oh, go for it.
So I was looking forward to it because I had spoiled for me before. During the main game, when you go to the to Joker's hideout, there is a positive pregnancy test
Mm-hmm.
by Harley Quinn's outfit that she wore in the first game, and then you go through the rest of the game. And then in this one, when you go back, there's now a crib with not a baby, but what's the ventriloquist?
Scarface.
Scarface. There's him painted as a Joker, and he's
Mhm.
just sitting in the crib. But then there's a bunch of negative birth pregnancy tests around it. So then So after I was done all that, I went on. I pretty much went and watched every single known Easter egg video. I made a playlist on YouTube, and I watched everything. And people at first I thought maybe this is hinting off as an offspring because you hear during the end credits she sings "Hush, Little Baby,"
Mhm.
but then people were explaining it. They're like, actually, all the evidence suggests that she isn't pregnant. Because on the boxes it says there may be a chance of a false positive, and she
Okay.
only had one positive. She had a bunch of negatives, and the fact that she has Scarface in there in the crib instead of an actual baby suggests that she never actually got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
So I found that interesting, and then I found all the little connections to the Batman mythos very cool. Even like something as simple as going back after the end credits, and Ra's al Ghul, his body's gone and his sword is just sitting there.
Yeah. That was the funniest death, by the way.
Yeah,
It was
It
so
was
funny.
good. And then I didn't know that because when you did you do the Catwoman DLC? Was that part
yeah,
of it?
yeah.
Did you do the Catwoman
Yeah,
DLC?
because it came with the
Okay.
PS3 edition. Or, did it come with the Xbox one, like day one?
Yeah, it come.
If you pre-ordered
It was a
you
pre-order,
Yeah,
right?
it came as a code in my
Yeah,
pre-order.
yeah.
So I found one part really cool because I didn't do it in the actual game, and I wish I had.
I did it.
You went to the right.
Yep.
I wish I had done that
Yeah, that's cool.
because you know what it says when you open up the door when you go out there. It doesn't say Arkham City. It says Gotham City.
Yeah.
You walk out onto Gotham.
You
I think
you go on the Gotham.
I think that's the only time in either game
Wait,
you
what part is
actually
it?
step onto. When you're Catwoman, you go in and you get into the vault.
Are you talking the very beginning?
No,
No,
this is
very
no,
end.
this is the third Catwoman DLC
Okay.
chapter. So what happens is when you go into the sewer and you clear out the guys in the vault and you get in the vault and the guys come in, you beat them up. You're walking towards the end. You get a call saying that, or you find out that Batman is knocked out and he needs help.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens was you have two arrows going forward, one red, one green. The green's going to the left, the red's going to the right. And you literally make a choice to either help him and go to the left or go to the right and say, fuck him.
Yeah.
If you go to the right, it literally shows Catwoman, and you actually walk out to Gotham City.
Okay.
You actually walk out to the sidewalk, and you see Gotham City.
and the game ends.
And then as you go up to the staircase and walk on the sidewalk, it literally shows her walking off and the game ends. You hit credits.
Wow.
So what
Okay.
happens is, as it's crediting, you hear Barbara Gordon like freaking out over the intercom saying, Joker's won. He's actually won. I don't know what to say. Batman's dead. I can't get in contact with anybody else. I don't know what to do. And she's like hysterical. She's crying. And then it goes through that, and then it rewinds. And it puts you back. So it just lets you see what happens there,
Oh.
but it doesn't let you do it. It
Hmm.
puts you back and makes you pick the
That's
left
funny.
choice.
I let Batman die.
But did you see what somebody noticed or what they discovered during that?
I did not.
What happens is when you walk out to Gotham City and goes through the credits, it shows an actual rewind motion. Like it goes zzz, and it shows Catwoman walking backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody notices if you actually play that backwards footage backwards, so
So
she's actually
forward.
walking forward. Mark Hamill, there's a voice that says speeds up quickly when you play backwards. Mark Hamill as the Joker says, "Thanks for the entertainment, bats."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm like, how do people pick up on this shit? Like the most obscure little goddamn things, and they get it.
They must just try everything on like any kind of media like this.
But then I think there's just like hardcore fan people out there that just go and search every corner and because
Yeah.
like there's little things because do you remember my theory about Prometheus last week when I said I thought Prometheus was stalking me?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's not Prometheus. I finished that.
Oh, yeah.
That guy who was following me around.
Mm-hmm.
He was from some order, some society.
Yeah.
And Batman jokingly says, "Great, I had another secret society following me around." He's like, "That's all I need." So in fact, I've never heard of that before. I read a lot of Batman graphic novels, and I'm not too familiar with that.
I believe in that one, in that storyline, Gotham almost gets destroyed.
Does that have to do with No Man's Land? Because I read up on that.
Possibly. I'd have to look into it more. I can't even remember that guy's name. It starts with an A. Azrael.
Something
or
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
So I found that really cool. And then I did the Identity Thief, where
Oh,
Bruce Wayne was
yes.
going around killing people, and I should have fucking clued into that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I had literally read Hush, like a month before playing this game.
Greatest Batman book.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was Hush the entire time, and I
Yeah.
did not clue into that.
Yeah.
I was so stupid.
I think you had told me about him, so I kind of knew right off the beginning.
Yeah.
So you ruined
Well-
that for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, well, because like Hush, but like the Hush in this one doesn't play out like it did in the graphic
Yeah.
novels. There's obviously no similarity, but they what was I gonna say? Another connection that people like picked up on was when Hugo, if you unlock enough of the Joker tapes, the recordings, Hugo Strange's conversation with Joker explains his origin, and he gives the killing joke.
Yeah, I remember this. Yes.
Yeah, he gives the killing joke one,
Brilliant.
and Joker starts reciting lines from that graphic novel as if it's his origin, and
Yeah.
Hugo Strange says, "No, I think you're lying. I think you purposely make up several different origin stories just to
Mhm.
confuse people." And Joker says, using a line from the killing joke, saying, "If you're gonna have an origin story, might as well make it multiple choice,"
Yeah.
which I thought was brilliant.
That's good.
So I found that really interesting, and then I found when I watched the videos, they did throw a little thing about Prometheus in there,
Okay.
a little obscure little GCPD document in the police station somewhere with his name on it. They made a connection. They even little things like they found the Titan formula that Joker used in the original Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
It wrapped up with a bow. They found it in the museum, locked away in a little corner. So they started to recycle that. Even like Clayface's fake wife, the third Clayface, his mannequin wife from the first game. She like makes an appearance in this one. She's just sitting on a balcony.
There's so many little
There's
things.
so
and
many
it's-
little
it's-
things.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
My favorite is that you can actually see Arkham Island if
Yeah.
you look over. It's,
Yep.
it's sitting over there, and it still has all the poison ivy.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the
behind it.
challenges too. Right?
Yeah. My favorite part of the game though was the Mad Hatter scene. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Effing brilliant.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, you step on his hat. That
Oh,
part's
yeah,
the
he touches
greatest.
that, yeah.
And then did you see the Easter egg after you close, I think, Mr. Freeze's side mission where you find his wife?
He's gone.
Who?
Mr. Freeze.
No, you can
Oh,
go
he-
back.
yeah,
you can
he's-
go back to him and talk to him. But after that, you can go to the rooftop where actually it's the same rooftop where one of the guy carves a symbol. That mysterious figure carves a symbol to it. And there's a Mad Hatter,
The tea set.
the
sitting
tea
there,
set,
yeah.
and there's 4 cups, and
Mhm.
one of them's it's empty because he was drinking out of it. There's a little picnic or a little
Man,
tea.
that's amazing.
So all these little things, and then you can find Scarecrow's mask sitting on top of a random crane in Arkham City.
Crane.
Yeah.
Ah.
Did you find the secret Scarecrow lair?
I didn't find it. I was told about it,
Okay.
so I didn't actually. I don't want to take credit for me actually finding it. I found a lot of I found like a lot of random things that I just happen to find. I didn't go out looking for any of them.
Mm.
Like a lot of them I know about is just because I looked them up
Yeah.
afterwards. But I only did it once. I retired the game for good.
It's one of the few games where I scoured every detail.
Yeah. I said I want to find out who this mysterious figure is, and then I'll do the DLC and I'll pack it away. And I was doing the Riddler stuff just to kill time until I did it.
Okay, yes.
So,
It's one of my favorite games.
it was really, really well done. And speaking of the Arkham Asylum game, what I like is if you go back to Arkham Asylum, one of the clue, the hell is that?
It's the chairs.
one of the Riddler snapshots you have to take in Arkham Asylum is of Wayne Tower.
Mm-hmm.
So you look off in the distance back at
Yeah.
Gotham City, you could take a snapshot of Wayne Tower. In Arkham City, this game, Wayne Tower just overlooks Arkham City.
It's just outside of the
Just outside of it. So in theory, if you're looking back at Arkham Asylum in this game, back in Arkham Asylum, you can actually look at the future Arkham City ahead of time,
Yeah.
which I found really cool.
The developers say that there's still a few Easter eggs that people have not found.
Yeah.
That's amazing because I
Yeah.
mean, the first game there was just that one room that went
They had
unfound.
to give it away too.
Yeah.
No one found it.
Which
Maybe.
one?
The secret room that teased Arkham City.
Because it was impossible to find because it was just the generic wall that you had to use your
Your explosive gel on.
explosive gel on it. You couldn't see it through your
Where
bat
is
vision or whatever, right?
where's the room?
It's in Quincy Sharp's office. It's an unlabeled room. You don't if you go up to it, it doesn't say press this button. You lay your explosive gel down, you blow the wall open, and then you walk in, and there's blueprints for Arkham, but it's expanded beyond the island within Gotham. So it's
Oh.
a teaser for Arkham City before the game was even announced.
I thought that was cool.
That's really cool.
And no one found it, so they had to release it.
That's really interesting. The only thing I remember from that thing about Arkham, Quincy Sharp was his Arkham Spirit things that you found.
The Ammon.
Then when you go back to his location, he disappears and he's turned into the Arkham Spirit.
Yeah.
But then like people were like pointing out all the random connections between this, like, another Batman references, like the Tim Burton's Batman Returns,
Mm-hmm.
the department store, the giant cat head. which
Oh,
is in
yes,
Batman
yeah.
Returns. It's
Yeah.
it's in Arkham City twice.
Yeah.
You can actually go and see it. Because I was playing, I'm like, that looks really familiar. And then
Yeah.
you can, there's even the penguin giant rubber duck thing, or giant duck thing that
Yeah,
he rides
from the
on.
Burton
You can find it
films.
in the steel mill.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, they really went all out for this.
A lot of love for these games.
Yeah, and they even reference as early as the Batman animated series, not the old 1990s one, but like the most recent,
Okay.
the
yes.
Batman, the 2005
The
one or whatever.
Batman,
Yeah. So speaking of the domain names for the ones that for the article that we're not going to talk about later. So there's new domain names for a possible third game.
Wait, so what? I'm confused.
The domain
The
names,
article
the
we're not going
website
to talk
names.
about?
Because I said don't include it in the lineup. The Batman.
Okay.
Did you include it in the lineup?
We'll see.
Okay, you're not going to include it now.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll just talk about this now. So the URLs for Batman Arkham City
The URLs, yeah.
Earls, yeah.
Arkham City were announced, and there was a bunch of variations of them. There was like 15 or 30 of them. And so people, and you can watch the video online, people started to lay out the timeline of when Batman properties were being released, and there would never be two of them released with too close within each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said, like Injustice was announced 2 months after the release of Lego Batman or something like that, and they had a bunch of timelines. So they estimate that if Rocksteady is doing another Batman game, which I think they said they are,
I think, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing because I know they want to do something else, but
they're-
I think they do want to make a third one as well.
Yeah, they're estimating that it would be announced between, judging by their previous actions, it would be announced between like February 2013 and like E3 2013. You'll
Okay.
probably see an announcement in there.
It's 2013 now.
Yeah, or or maybe save it for E3. But like, a lot of the Earls that were released were like Arkham Universe, or Arkham World, or Gotham
At
Universe,
the
or Gotham World.
VGAs, Mark Hamill won Best Male Performance for the Joker, and they had an animation of him accepting his award, and then popped down a script for Arkham World came up. It was pretty cool. It was like a joke though.
Hmm.
No,
Well, I
that's
think
fine.
he's done with
He
that.
says that he's not.
Yeah,
done.
he said that about the first game too. He's like, I'm done after Arkham Asylum. And
How
they
can
brought
he
him
be
back.
done? He's fantastic at it.
He's great. He's
Fantastic.
an amazing Joker. But
Yeah,
so
if they announced it at E3, I'm like,
well, because it was also rumors that they're going to do a Silver Age, like a prequel to it.
mm-hmm.
But what really upsets me though is now they teased a bunch of like especially the side missions. They teased a bunch of stuff for another game, and I really want them to do a third one because like the Secret Society, he's teasing about
the Hush stuff.
Hush. He's like, aren't you gonna go after Hush? He's like, no, he's already gone. I'll go after him tomorrow. It's like, no, I want you to go get him. So it's like little things like that.
Yeah, whatever they announce, I'm gonna shit my pants.
I do want because same with the first Batman game. I never looked forward to playing it, but when I got into it, I got into it.
Yeah.
And I
I
had to
just
find
bought that on a whim too because I wasn't that big
The
into
first one or the
Batman.
second one?
The first one, and I was just at EB Games, and I think I was texting you,
Mm-hmm.
and I just picked it up and bought it and said, I just bought Arkham. You said good stuff, and then I was like, okay, played it, and it was just amazing.
I liked the detective mode in the second one much better.
Yeah, it wasn't. I wasn't.
The
too big
first
on
one and the first one was because it changed depending on what you were doing.
Yep, yep.
So you got some really weird colors that hurt your eyes in the first one.
My favorite part in the first game, you probably know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
is you first get your one of your tools, and it's you use the grappling so you can actually like use it as like a what do you call
Like a
those?
tight rope.
Yeah, but it's not like you can jump on top of it. It's the one where you hold on
Yeah,
to
you
it. and
just-
You can jump on top of those.
okay,
not
but
not in the
you-
first game. I don't
not in
think.
the first one, no.
Zip line.
Yeah, the zip line. Thank you. It's like a zip line, and you get to this one room where there's like water in this little area that kind of goes down, and it's being electrocuted by something, open wires or whatever. And there's guards on the other side, and they're like taunting you. They're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do, Batman? You can't get over here." And you use that tool. They're like, "Holy crap!" And you come flying over towards them. It's-
Because the zip line was a reference to the first Tim Burton Batman movie.
Mhm.
Was when he rescues Vicky Vale from the abandoned highway, it was he instead of using his grappling hook to take off, even though he's in the city, he intentionally brings out his zip line and he takes off in the city.
Okay.
And they showed the rescue scene from the original Batman movie, and he uses the zip line, and like the cinematography is it actually shows him pulling it out. The first one coming out to the wall, the second one coming out to the wall, and then like him literally just like being lifted up and just ziplining, and then like Jack Nicholson and all his men are like, "Whoa, what the hell is he doing?" It's really corny when they really pointed it out.
Okay,
But-
so before this turns into a Batman podcast,
I haven't even played this game. I
You
feel
should.
left out.
but
Good.
you're more of a Marvel guy, right?
That's true. I do own it though. I own this game. Both.
And
of
you
them.
haven't played it?
I played a little bit of Arkham Asylum. I got bored.
Oh, that's impossible. Like I didn't know that much about Batman when I played the game.
Oh
either.
man, I was always a big Batman fan, but like I was always into the cartoons and like the DC and the Justice
yeah.
League cartoons.
Yeah.
I like Spider-Man. It's better.
DC.
You didn't play that.
I'm DC over Marvel.
You haven't
Ugh.
played Shattered Dimensions though, right?
I have not. No.
Oh, that's one of the.
I played
best
Amazing
ones.
Spider-Man though.
I'll lend you Shattered Dimensions.
Good stuff.
Okay, so let's move on to
I don't
Apps
think the
with
publishers
Marty.
like you lending games.
and
Apps with Marty.
Marty's come prepared this time.
Yeah,
which is-
I actually read the articles today. I studied, and I tad bit different on Apps with Marty. Usually, I come at you guys with a good game that I recommend you download. This time, I decided to download the NRA's shooting range game, since this is a hot topic. Don't get it. Do not download it. It's
apart from the hypocrisy of this.
yeah,
Don't get it
it's
'cause-
just a bad app.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't in the news right now, this is just a god awful app. It's crashed a few times since I've downloaded it.
Can you do me a favor and check the settings and see if there's like a calibration?
There is not a calibration.
It's even worse.
Not in the pause menu, not in the main menu. So it's loading. It gives you some gun safety tips. I'll read you one right now. Know your target and what is beyond it.
In case you shoot through it.
Fair
Yes.
point.
Fact number 1. The NRA sanctions and sponsors over 11,000 shooting competitions and 50 shooting championships each year.
That doesn't sound good.
All right, I'm going to select my M9 here. This is a live demo right here. Give you a demonstration of their awesome
a
sound.
live audio demo.
Yeah, here's some sound quality for you.
So
That's the corniest fucking noise ever.
is it even spiking at all?
It's picking it up. We'll see what happens.
It's gonna be so
There
muffled.
are
Such
n-
a bad.
There are no reloading sound effects either.
gonna be
Just-
so
this is
bad
the
on replay.
shots.
Basically, you're just at a shooting range. You can choose to go outside. You can pick different guns. There are microtransactions for 99 cents if you are interested in downloading a sniper rifle or an
Oh my God.
AK-47.
I'm surprised nobody's like modded that to include their own little Newtown, Connecticut
Oh, no.
expansion.
That's so bad. That's horrible. Good lord.
Now this game, you can choose to use an analog stick and button, like a digital one, or you can use the gyroscope if you dare. Right now, I am holding it straight in front of me, but my gun is facing way to the left, off of the shooting
It
range.
seems like they centered the gyroscope on north.
Yeah,
You can only face that way.
yeah. So you got a lot of turning to do. It's brutal. It crashes. It is not good. There's 3 guns to choose from. The rest you have to buy for 99 cents each. And the sound is awful. Do not download this game.
Do you think they came up with this game to try to promote gun safety, like only use guns at a shooting range, stuff like that? Because it seems to, because their whole argument is, well, one of their arguments is that video games induces violence in young people, and then they come up with a video game, so it's just ridiculous.
I don't know. It's a disaster. I don't even understand why they need a video game for it. They're the ones saying
They
that
don't-
violent
they-
video games are bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not even calling it a video game. They're calling it a simulator.
that's even worse.
That's even
that sounds
worse.
even worse.
NRA practice range, it's called.
Practice range. Okay.
See, they're
My
trying to
mistake.
promote, like, only use it at the gun ranges.
Yeah.
You know,
Why is it
maybe
not promoted at all right now.
remember like the Need for Speed games? I'm not sure if they still do this because I haven't played a Need for Speed game in forever. But they have the person come out, or it's like text that's.
yeah.
It's like if you have a Need for Speed, go to a closed track
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Maybe we'll have like FPSs is just.
They do that in Forza too.
Do they?
Yep.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So then maybe our shooter games will have that saying only use guns at a shooting range.
It strikes the right balance of gaming and safety education, allowing you to enjoy the most authentic experience possible.
Is that the description or somebody's review?
This is if you want to have a good laugh, go read the reviews.
bring one up.
I do not want to read them. They're pretty
They're
foul.
inappropriate.
They're
But
pretty foul considering they're
Mine is
on
a safe one.
a safe one.
Yeah.
The first one just says shameful. Oh God, no. All right, this is just someone's comment on here. Useless crap app, just like the lobby group it represents.
I like that.
Yeah.
Give him an upvote. No, you can't do that.
Give them
It's
a
not,
yeah.
It's not Reddit, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna read this one. This is not my opinion. Good if you like killing people.
oh my god.
All right, well let's move on. That was,
Excellent for when I need to kill kids.
See, oh, that's bad.
That's
That's actually
bad.
hor- that's
Really
This is on
bad.
iTunes. This is
That's
this is in the App
actually
Store.
horrible.
Yeah. But it was a dumb idea for
People
an app
take
in the
things
first
too
place.
far.
Yeah,
Good
do not
lord.
download it. I'm gonna delete it right now.
Was it? Did it cost money?
It's jiggling. What? No, it was free.
With-
Microtransactions.
microtransactions.
are
They're
all you
relying
need.
on the microtransactions.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get on to our first story. Price is a pretty big issue. We talked about. I'm not. Probably wasn't this podcast. Probably our old podcast. But the price of the Wii U. Now we have Wii U's come out. We're looking on to the next news cycles of the big consoles out there. So Xbox 720 and the PS4. I guess this is, an analyst is saying this. That it's going to cost $350. He's saying both are going to cost that much.
Now, did you guys think that the Wii U was a fair price? I thought it was.
I thought it was too.
I thought the 300. I thought they should have just had one model
The black
at
one.
$300 with 32 gig hard drive.
So, like, basically the black one, but like that's it.
Yeah,
The
Without a
deluxe,
game?
whatever.
yeah. No game. $300, and then but you can probably maybe offer it in white and black. That's what I was hoping the Wii U was going to be about.
Yeah, I can agree with that because Nintendo Land isn't like I don't really like it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't touched it. I
I
played it a
have.
couple
It's
times.
not, I
and-
don't like it. It's just my opinion though, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are gonna be entry models, like the lowest thing like you can get, 350.
But then again, they may since the Wii U isn't doing well, maybe Xbox and PlayStation won't do two models.
That doesn't sound
I mean,
like them.
the-
I don't know
well,
because
the other releases haven't had two models. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
one
what I mean.
model.
No, they haven't had two releases at launch, but they've had
At launch, yes.
Yeah, but they've had several different models.
well,
yeah,
Xbox
it's,
only have
it's
two.
kind of hard to sort them out now because they're all
Yeah.
over the place, and then different game bundles and stuff.
My question is though, if somebody unpacks a Wii U Basic in the box, what is sitting in the place where the Nintendo Land case would be, or where the cradles are?
I'd imagine the inside packaging would be different. Otherwise, it would just be the manual.
Yeah, I was gonna say the manual is like the same size, so it'd just be like it's like the cavity would be a bit like empty.
I forget how my Wii U came packaged.
Well, I know that it was. I know for sure that the Wii or the whatever Wii U manual was like right on top of, or vice versa, on top of the game.
Well, it comes in like two different trays inside the box. The one tray holds the system itself plus the gamepad,
Yeah,
and then the other one has all your accessories, and plus like the Nintendo Land and the manuals and
it
stuff.
was actually a bit of a disaster to open.
Yeah,
'Cause if you actually remove one of the drawers improperly, like you lose, or like it's gonna fall on the floor. Like the bunch of hardware is gonna fall on the floor.
Mm. That sucks. Anyways, going back to these systems. So what did it say? 300 or 350?
350.
I think that's
But
fair.
just for
Yeah.
reference, the Xbox 360 launched in 2005 at $400, and the PlayStation 3 launched in 2006 at $500.
I think maybe 350 because if that is the case, because I don't think it's going to be that big of a generational leap in hardware. Like I think when I think of the current hardware, I think it's already kind of plateaued.
The current hardware definitely. It was obsolete a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think the next one will be that much higher. This guy's probably going to disagree with me on that.
I think. Well, okay, it's gonna be significantly higher, but I don't know if people are gonna notice it because you're gonna get like more responsive menus and stuff. But it's kind of the learning curve where developers are now learning again to code for new hardware, so it might not be as good.
And the thing is, if you get better hardware, you can write better software, which would require better hardware to run.
But the thing
So
is,
it's kind of this weird balance thing.
it's maturity, right? So like some people right now, for example, including myself, are choosing Windows 7 because Windows 7 is more mature than Windows 8, right?
What does that have to do with the consoles?
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing with the consoles. Developers, like, if you look at okay, let's look at like an old game, so like Call of Duty 2 in comparison to like Call of Duty Black Ops 2. They at the time that Call of Duty 2 was out couldn't do the same graphics and stuff with the console. At like technically they could, but they didn't have the
weren't
knowledge
familiar
or
with
the experience. So they've like, because as they use the hardware, they're like, holy crap, like this shader will actually load properly. We didn't think it would. Okay, let's try this. And as they make more games, they can try different things. So it's like the console matures, and then developers know how to code for it better.
But now for the hardware issue, like we have a lot of this talk about PC gaming becoming more popular. There's the Valve Steam box. Do you think they would have to make better hardware to kind of keep up with the growing PC gamers? Like if Valve came up with their own system that was basically a gaming PC as a console, then Xbox and PS3 are gonna be PS4 are gonna be left behind.
I don't think it's better hardware that would fix that. I think it's just better distribution and better customer service.
Mm-hmm.
If I want a PC though, I'm gonna buy one. I don't want
Yeah.
my console to be a PC.
Yeah, like if like you're saying people would buy something on Steam because it would run better. Yeah, arguable, but like Borderlands 2 is going to run on the console regardless. People buy it on Steam because it's easier and they like Steam better.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still going to get the same experience on either console.
Yeah.
So I don't think I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot my point, but I don't think that's really going to make a difference with that. I
think gaming's gonna crash like it did in the 80s.
You think
But
there's going
not
to be
as
another
bad.
video game crash?
You know what I'm talking about, right? In the 80s
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it crashed.
Video
I think
game
it's gonna.
depression.
I think
Yeah.
all these damn consoles. It's like just like in the 80s again, where there were like 30 consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Now the hardware is starting to get like we have like gaming tablets and gaming computers,
Yeah.
and like it's gonna dilute so much. We're like hardcore Steam fans gonna go this way, and Xbox, and it's just gonna be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't think the new Xbox and new PlayStation are gonna be all that different. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference.
No,
I
but
think
it's not a huge difference
No.
now.
Do you think the Wii U was different than the Wii?
Well,
Would-
see, that's kind of proving my point with the dilution of sales. We're seeing the Vita, for example. We're seeing the Wii U, where
the new Wii.
the new, it's all that stuff. They're not selling well,
Mm-hmm.
and the PS Vita is okay. That's a pretty big jump from PSP.
Yes,
but
definitely.
the
It's
Wii U-
basically a PS3 in your hands.
It's that, yeah, exactly. But the Wii U isn't, other than like the way you use the console, obviously isn't that much different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mean different than its predecessor. I mean different than each other.
Well, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
think
you-
the 360, the 720 and PS4 are gonna be exactly the same.
I mean, Xbox 360 and PS3 are basically the same.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's just
That's,
that
that's why I
PS3
like
is harder to code for.
that's why I like the Wii U. It's different. Offers something different.
Well, we also have Ouya too. We should mention that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that thing.
Like, good lord, does that? Well, like, this is like a big. I don't really agree with it. I don't really like the Ouya myself. That's just my opinion, whatever. But, I mean, there's another thing of diluting sales
Mhm.
because that's picked up a lot of like publicity.
Bring on the depression.
You want the depression?
Yeah, you know what happened after depression?
We got
it got
like,
good.
Awesome things.
PS2 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gaming companies were like, holy crap, let's cash in on this. We know what we did wrong.
I do think 3 consoles is enough, even maybe too many.
Yeah.
You know.
Just one.
And then now that the Wii U is basically a hardcore console now, they're coming out. I know. Okay, quotations around that.
It has the capability of doing so.
But it's the problem. Like now you have an option between which console you're gonna buy for, because they all have the same games now.
It's
Yeah, but the Wii U just got some 10 months later.
At current time, yes. But any new AAA game coming out, the Wii U might have on the same launch date as all the other platforms.
Like Black Ops 2 was only a couple months.
And my big worry is that Nintendo's going to come up with a new console in 3 years
3 years.
because the Wii U will not be able to hold up with whatever Sony and Microsoft bring out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to be doing small spurts of consoles, maybe like a new Wii U system.
Oh,
I'm hopeful for Nintendo. I think the timeline's gonna match up with 4K TVs, but when they become actually commercial,
Well, yeah. Did we talk about this last time? That
probably.
Maybe we're talking about 4K. And,
Like the
and
the
we
PS4
we brought up a comparison chart.
the PS4 would have 4K.
Yeah.
And that'd be their kind of new push because they popularized Blu-ray.
Oh, they
They-
popularized 3D as well.
Oh god.
Okay.
I think they gave up on that. I think they actually.
I
and-
certainly
Well,
hope
they
so.
discontinued their
Go-
TV.
Save their money.
Going back to the Nintendo being behind with the Wii U, like when the hell did that happen? Like
when did they become behind, or when what?
I always try to pinpoint the
They
spot
cut
when they were
back.
considered one generation behind.
They cut back. Like,
I think even with the GameCube, I think because they had those tiny discs first of all, which couldn't run the same games as well as the PS2 or original Xbox.
But it ran certain things pretty damn well. Like you had
it's first party games, sure.
you had a lot of games that were on
yeah,
PlayStation
because
2
Nintendo
and
was still like,
Or like
leading in that point.
Yeah, like
even though
Resident Evil 4 is a
Wii
perfect example
sales
of that.
outsold PS3 and Xbox, they weren't really leading anything. You know, motion controlling, sure, but that died off pretty quick. After that, they were just the Wii. No one really cared about it.
I just fear that Nintendo will always be behind now.
they weren't at first though. Like from my understanding, they like with the Wii U, like the original planned console, they cut it back 2 or 3 times. So they were like, okay, let's use like this graphics card. No, we're using this. No, we're using this processor instead. No, this one. They just kept cutting back and back and back and back. I don't know why, but that's what I heard because there's so many articles I remember where there was like Wii U new design, lesser like thing to save money. Like that's ridiculous.
But now, what do you? Sure, maybe the Wii U is behind, but are they gonna have the games that you want to play? When it comes down to it, it's about games, right?
Yeah, it's always down to games.
Mm-hmm. And
So like you said, the GameCube had great games, right?
no, I wouldn't use the word great.
Okay, so maybe they're behind
but
already.
they had some notable titles in there.
Yeah, the Wii. How many good titles can you name for the Wii?
Mario Galaxies, No More Heroes, Zelda,
Mad World,
Mad World.
Metroid Prime. Oh my God, Metroid Prime 3.
There are
Holy shit.
But
there are
that's about it.
gems on the Wii.
Just a few
Y-
for an entire console life. That's all. That's there, right?
Yeah. I know.
So I just think they've always been behind. Even
Yeah, and I'm saying my fear is I think they will always they won't
they will
catch up.
remain behind.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I think this will be Nintendo's undoing. I don't think Nintendo's going to be around. Maybe they might be around for the next generation. I don't think they'll be around for the one after that.
They might be like just like Sega. They really did well. Now they're done. They're done. They're done.
Yeah.
Would be
Rome
weird.
has risen and fallen.
Would be weird to see their software on other systems though. But
Yeah.
they could make millions of just porting over all their DS games to iOS.
Mm-hmm.
They could make millions.
They'll keep the DS. The DS is selling ridiculously well. The
I think-
DS is ridiculous.
I think it's gonna die this year. The DS finally. They're shifting over. They officially gave Pokemon to the 3DS now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I mean. The 3DS.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
when we're
DS
talking DS, we're
platform.
talking 3DS, DS.
Okay.
Like the whole platform. But yeah, I see what you're saying too. I think they're trying to kill off the DS because didn't we discuss this once before that DSi is selling better than the 3DS?
I kind of want a DSi to be honest. It has a GBA slot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, but what's the maximum amount you would pay for a PS4 or Xbox 720?
Maximum I would pay is not the price that it's gonna be.
So you always
What-
want
what?
the lowest price, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I
would
would
pay up to 7.
I would gladly pay $350 for a PS4, but I think it's gonna be at least $400.
I'll pay up to $700.
Okay, you are such an outlier on this statistics graph that we have here.
I believe the PS3 was 500 at launch day.
500. Xbox is 400.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to make a point with the Wii.
That's a
the
half
Wii.
$1,000 for a PS3.
You asked what would make people buy games on the Wii U instead of the Wii. Or sorry, instead of the other two.
PS3 and
In
Xbox.
PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I think when it came down to it, people wouldn't mind. I think what's also going to hurt them is lack of DLC.
But
'Cause
they are supporting DLC though.
Yeah, but they don't get every DLC pack that other systems get.
That's true.
At current point, like
Yeah,
Mass Effect doesn't technically have DLC. It's on the disc, right?
Yeah, but is
But they won't get
it
any-
getting all the Assassin's Creed DLC?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
New IPs will keep the Wii U up. Like I realize Zombie U's technically sequel, but that
no,
game
no, actually, update. It isn't.
It's
it
more of
isn't
like
actually.
a,
Okay, what,
No, it is.
anything designed for it? Would be
It
good.
just shares a name. That's it. It is not. It is,
Oh.
not, it is not related to the other one whatsoever.
It's kind of like
That's
in the
kinda cool.
sense that Red Dead Revolver is like
it's
this
spiritual
in Red Dead
successor.
Redemption. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
kind of like a spin-off or whatever. I don't know.
spiritual successor.
yeah. Perfect way to describe it.
But anything that's designed for the Wii U, I think will do extremely well. Because,
That's what I'm looking forward
Like
to.
Rayman.
yeah. Well, I
Which
don't like
Wii
that
U?
myself. But
You can't pay for that. I can't afford that.
Zombie U is fantastic. I've already beat it twice.
9 seconds free. You don't have to pay anything.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And that didn't really sound like anything, so
Yeah,
I think we're good
couldn't
at that
tell what
point.
that was.
Yeah.
Bring it, lawyers.
Oh, don't say that.
And we'll mention this before we move on to our next story. It's I tried out. Normally, I've been playing New Super Mario Bros. U, and I've been playing it on the tablet controller. I haven't been using my screen at all. And when I actually do use my screen for something like Zombie U, which I played at a friend's house,
You having a hard time?
well, no, I'm not having a hard time. Is I get tired of looking up and down constantly.
Well, that's
I got
actually
to look down on my gamepad, and I got to look up, and I got to look down. And there's no indication when to look down.
well
Sometimes there are.
well,
but-
for Zombie U. That's an actual game mechanic.
Yeah, it is because you're
implemented.
like, holy crap! I'm going through my bag. Like, there's zombies. I've
no,
actually
but
died
if
because
they
of
want to
that.
incorporate this tablet into normal gameplay, I don't want to be looking up and down, and your neck gets
Yeah,
tired after a while.
That's
scope-
that's the game.
And then
though.
you got to hold the thing
And
up,
the
and you got to
scan.
scan it and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's
are you-
good.
are-
While it's cool,
Yeah.
it's
Are
just-
you exhausted doing that?
yes.
Would it influence the way you handle the controls and run away from zombies?
I would imagine so.
Okay, that's doing its job.
Yeah, it,
No, but
it killed
okay,
me once.
Let's
It
not
literally
take
killed me.
Zombie U. That's a special situation.
they
here.
marketed it to do that.
Yes, you want it to be scary. It's kind of like
Nerve wracking.
it's like-
because
it's like-
because you're taking your eyes off the screen to do something else.
Yeah, it's like Dead Space when you have to craft, right? The game doesn't pause.
Yeah.
have to craft
Any
while
menu
you're-
doesn't pause. You're still doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mechanic, but take another game where you have to use like your pack and stuff. You gotta look down and up. I just don't find it that enjoyable.
I kind of want it to transfer to every game now. I
Yeah.
think that's really cool.
And then there's
Having
games
that,
like
having that nervous feeling.
yeah,
there's games like New Super Mario Bros. Where you don't even need to use the screen. You can just use the screen on your TV. So I wish there was an option to turn off your display to save battery life. On
That's
that thing.
exactly what I said for
Or buy a
Dynasty Warriors.
Or buy a pro controller.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it just be easier for like a software update where you can turn off the screen?
No, they want you to use that.
But on games that displays the exact same thing.
Yeah,
on
it's
both.
it's actually really annoying. Like Warriors Orochi, like you're doing these massive battles and you can turn it off, but then it shows a really ugly menu. So you leave it on and it's annoying because it's literally the same screen and my controller dies in about an hour because there's so much crap happening.
Or I won't even use my TV. I'll just be looking down at the gamepad.
Tell you what, I'll bring you a nice piece of 6x4-inch styrofoam.
Oh, good
It'll
lord.
fit in nicely on your screen. You can just put that on top of it when you're not using it.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Is that even the dimensions of the screen? Is that
I'm not
was
sure.
that right? 6x4.
I'm not sure what
Sure.
it is.
sounds right in my head.
In your head.
Yeah, I'm imagining it just like that.
Okay, so we're talking about new console releases. This is a rumor that came out maybe last week that they were going to announce the actual consoles outside of E3. What do
I
you
don't
guys
believe
Yeah,
that.
they're a
Mm.
dedicated press conference.
What do
In
you
the
guys think
style
about
of
that?
Apple.
think that's going to happen?
I don't believe that
No, why not?
because E3 is so big that like if they do that, it's
But-
going to basically kill
but
that
wait,
expo.
Let's
Wait,
be honest, we're
imagine
gonna
that-
hear about it a few days before it gets launched anyway.
True, but imagine this: they announce it at their own press conference. They show off all the cool features. They bring it to E3 and they show off all their software for it.
I would much rather see
Let's
this
see
at
some
E3.
Sesame Street
Yeah.
Connect. Let's do that. Yeah.
Oh, that press conference opened with a killer Cookie Monster joke.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
I learned to count from the count, and I learned my my diet from the Cookie Monster.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
it wasn't that good.
It's,
Well, if,
I
yeah.
the dedicated press conferences. It'd be interesting if they did it, but I don't think they will. It would make E3 boring.
It would.
Yeah,
And
it
the
would.
last one was barely watchable to begin with.
Yeah,
So
but I think this year could be exciting if they actually do announce consoles, and I think they will.
They have to.
yeah, I think they're gonna do it.
There's no choice.
I just I don't think they're gonna go through with it. Or if they do, nobody's gonna take it seriously. Nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'll just wait till E3.
Okay, let's move on to let's see. What do you guys think about virtual reality? It kind of peaked up when the 3DS and Vita came out, because I had some virtual reality features.
No, the AR stuff, AR cards and what have you.
Yeah,
Even the iPhone was getting in there.
and the iPhone has some
Mm.
cool apps. They had a little tab you can go to. And,
Sony Ericsson.
yeah, you guys think this is a big selling feature? Because apparently,
I think it's
apparently,
neat.
apparently Valve thinks it's a pretty good feature.
What the hell was that?
Some sort of bug crawling my
Yeah,
iPad.
I know the bug was crawling around on there. He's going in and out of the water bottles there. I see you fling it off your iPad.
Yeah, we're in a basement, so bugs find their way in here somehow through the concrete. I don't know what they do, but any fans of virtual reality?
I think it's just like motion control. It's something that was like, oh, cool, and then no one buys it.
I was very impressed. I very much like the one day you bought your 3DS to school and you're showing the AR
The
Mario
AR
cards.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I was shitting my pants there too. I'm like what sort of black magic is this? So I found that cool.
It's cool, but like I don't want to come home from work and like literally run around my house pretending I'm a soldier. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, because next to video gaming, I love board gaming, and you guys know I'm a big hobby market board gamer.
Yeah.
I think AR codes would be better off with AR not codes, like AR
Technology.
technology would probably be better off with board gaming.
See, that would
Like
be
to have
really
like
awesome.
a piece of glass on top of a board game, and then to have like just like virtual pieces move around with your piece of cardboard.
That'd be really cool.
Patent pending.
Let's work on that because that'd be awesome.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool. But
It's a neat feature.
But yeah, like
it's not gonna. I'm not gonna game with that.
yeah.
Ever.
Do you see it any time in the future?
Maybe in Valve's
Yeah.
hands.
I don't know. They can't do everything.
They gotta do everything.
They're not gods, Marty.
Imagine that with Left 4 Dead.
Injustice, God's among us.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. Okay, I would like to try it on Left 4 Dead.
That'd be freaking scary.
I'd be so afraid all the time. It'd be awesome.
All right, so video game violence is a pretty big thing. It's in the news a lot. They were actually invited to Joe Biden's special
Joe
committee
Biden.
of just people who would try to figure out a action plan to how to solve the violence issue in America. And one of the things that came out of that was having actually President Obama calling on Congress to allocate $10 million for the CDC to conduct its research on video game violence and its effects on young minds.
That is a lot of cash.
Edwin Jenner.
And I welcome it. They're going to see that there's nothing to worry about.
I
Video-
mean,
and
most
video games
tests
are-
that they
video
have
games are
done
good.
in like just independent firms and stuff, the tests they've done have come up being video game violence doesn't affect.
Yeah.
that.
In fact, depending on what you're looking at, video games have a positive effect.
Yeah, they do the opposite of what they
Yeah.
thot it did
Yeah.
because it
It
relieves stress.
gets stress. Yeah, it's a stress reliever
Mm-hmm.
and helps you stuff with like hand-eye coordination.
Yeah. And I have zero desire to go shoot someone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go do that. It's ridiculous.
Violent people are violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Shit
or
is gonna happen.
mentally
Unstable.
Unstable.
unstable. Yeah.
They just don't want to control the guns. That's what they want to do. They're just pawning it off on something.
Mm-hmm.
They just need they need a fall guy. And this Newtown shooter, the story is he happened to went over to his apartment once, and him and another person just happened to be playing a video game. I think Call of Duty or something like that.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, there's your connection right there.
Well, I mean, he was
He's-
still a kid.
Yeah.
He's playing video games.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So.
I remember being saying that kids do show more. I wouldn't use the word aggression after playing video games. They do show more. They're more hyper.
Well, yeah, because
After
it's a
playing video-
stimulator.
yeah.
I mean, really. So, I'm usually kind of feeling good after some video gaming. So,
Yeah.
I'm not.
not Rock Band. Oh,
I play until I hate myself.
Oh my god.
you're just sitting there after 4 hours crying,
yeah.
holding your controller.
he's got to play on that CRT TV. Of his.
Oh, it's gotta warm up until I get audio. I don't know what that's about.
You got some tubes in there.
Yeah, there's no
Is it-
Warm
tubes
up
in
the
there.
tubes.
Does it ever fuck up the colors? Do you ever have to smack it?
No.
I used to have a TV like that where it would just like something would happen where it would just scramble for a second, but when it came back, there'd be a new rainbow of colors, and it would just be like the green and the purple just running through everything. So I always used to. And it was in a unit too, so I always have to pull it forward so I have enough arm space to smack it, and I have to smack it over and over again until it just like, till I got that one smack to like launch back into place. But it was I used to run the Sega and the original PlayStation on that TV.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's
No,
awesome.
but until my audio gets going after about 10 or 15 minutes, when I'm playing Borderlands online, I have to rely on all the audio coming through Ryan's headset.
Is that why you said you never knew what was going on?
Yeah, I never know what's going on
You
unless
never know what's happening in the mission.
unless I can hear
Why don't
Ryan's
you
audio.
just like turn it on and like browse the marketplace for 10 minutes?
No, that's
Maybe
not
I should turn up my TV just so you can hear what's,
Yeah.
what's happening.
Can we please buy him a TV? Like just put some, get some donations going.
We have a TV upstairs, but you just can't use it all the time.
No, it's not always available.
Don't buy a PlayStation display.
I have a small little 13-inch tube that's just I'm not even using. You want that? It has sound.
No, I don't want that.
Maybe you can like MacGyver something so you have your video feed going through your CRT and the audio coming out of his.
I have a headphone jack on there. Maybe I'll just put
There
it
you
in
go.
my
Plug some
headphones.
speakers. Or plug in some speakers.
No, just
Speakers.
headphones.
Headphones, fine.
How you
Whatever.
gonna talk to me?
I don't need to talk to you.
We're playing Borderlands.
No, this is what you do.
Bluetooth headset. It's only one ear. Put the other ear.
No.
Yeah, get earbuds for one, and then put your
There
headset
you-
on top of
there
that.
you go, yeah.
That'll be sure to cause some ear damage.
We're gonna die because Marty's left me hanging sometimes. I'll be on the ground and he won't even know I'm dead. He'll just be running off somewhere.
Oh, you died?
He'll be opening up gun cases. I'll see you open up gun cases in the background.
I do that too. Only when I'm playing with my brother. I'll just like if he's down, I'll just go wander for a bit.
And this kind of ties into what we're talking about. A new bill has been provided that would make the ESRB ratings legally binding,
Interesting.
and I'm actually okay with this. I have
Yeah,
no
so
problem.
I don't care. Yeah.
It's not gonna affect us. I mean, I'm gonna go on there and buy what the hell I want anyway.
Yeah, and
we're
then
of
the
age.
stores were pretty good about it in the first place.
Yeah.
EB Games and GameStop.
Yeah, I see people get asked all the time
Even
for ID.
Walmart.
Yeah, even Walmart.
I've
Yeah.
even seen them turn down kids.
The funniest thing I saw was a guy trying to use his student card as ID.
The ID.
Yeah, and they're like, this doesn't tell me anything. This
Yeah.
just tells me you go to this school. And then they got turned away.
Was it like a high school student card or was it like a
I don't
post
know.
secondary?
Because like if you're in college or university, you should
I
have
use
some ID on you,
Yeah,
right? How'd you get to the mall? What were you doing?
you can get to the mall without ID.
Okay,
But
like,
everybody
if
should
your buddy
have ID.
drives you, but then that means you drove.
In Ontario, there's an of age card. It's a purple one. Your health card's green. Your blue one's driver's. There's a purple of age card just for the sake of age identification.
Yeah, it's people don't have passports and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe
I kinda want that. don't
blind
need to.
people use that as well because they wouldn't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's just for somebody who doesn't drive, who need because they're not supposed to accept health cards. I know some places do. You can they're supposed to accept a health card if it's with a passport or if it's health card with a birth certificate.
I was gonna say if you have the passport, you use the
sorry,
passport.
my health card and birth certificate equals the driver's license.
But who carries their birth certificate?
I used to because I never used to carry my driver's license on me.
Ah.
I used to have my health card and my birth certificate.
Mine
Okay.
might be in my wallet.
Used
now.
to give them together.
Cool.
But yeah, no, there's a purple version of it. It's just of age. But yeah, okay. Go the ESRB.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. They check ID and they make laws for smoking. Why not this?
But the only time you can be fined is if they choose to sell the game to you, which they already don't. So everything's gonna go on like it used to.
We're gonna have sting operations.
Yeah, probably. But kids are still gonna find a way to get their hands on it,
Yeah.
or download it digitally and lie about their age when they sign up for their account. There you go.
That's true. Yeah.
But then again, that's not the retailer's problem.
Well, there's no retailer. It's you're buying it directly from Xbox or PlayStation, respectively.
So
True,
I
though.
think if this does happen, I think parents should kind of educate themselves and use those parental controls on their consoles.
Oh, the stupid PS2 one. You had to enter the code every time you wanted to watch a movie.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah, that's right.
9999.
You go over to someone's house to watch a movie and they don't remember their frickin' code.
Did you was it mandatory to set it up? Too?
You had to, yeah.
Yep.
Even because and like you put in a movie and it'd be like this movie is level 10.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I just set my code to like 0,
Yeah.
like 000.
Yeah, mine's always 9, all 9s.
Okay, let's move on back to some more Nintendo news. Nintendo Japan merges their handheld and console hardware teams. So the guys making the 3DS are now the guys making the Wii U.
I could just picture them doing it like the higher ups sitting like on a balcony and like looking down at all their workers like on the floor. Like all the DS guys are wearing black, although Wii U guys are wearing white. They're like, all right, you guys are cut in half. You guys are cut in half. half of you guys are laid off, the other half's come together. There you go. This is your new team. That's how I imagine it.
I don't know why they didn't do this earlier because it kind of
Makes sense.
you get more communication between both hardware teams, and you can kind of incorporate the 3DS with your Wii U a little bit.
Instead of
Like
having
what
like
Sony
3
did with
fucking
the Vita.
currencies.
If they wanted, they could probably make the 3DS its own gamepad controller. I think
That's true,
that'd be
but I
kinda
don't.
cool.
That'd be too small.
Well, no, it'd be more if you have like a friend over and you maybe don't have Wiimotes.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll see some more stuff incorporated in between both systems there.
Or a more powerful DS, like the Vita,
Yeah.
like the Vita and PlayStation, right?
Do you think we're gonna see a new 3DS sometime soon?
I don't think so. The
Not
X,
soon. I'm gonna say 2 years.
yeah.
What about a 3DS like Lite?
We already
we
have,
have
a
the
3DS
XL.
Nah, they're gonna get bigger. Double XL.
Same resolution screen.
Yeah. Just give me a TV. you're
I
playing
don't
around.
like the XL. I don't like it at all.
Oh, the XL is beautiful.
I don't like it at all.
Like
you can
you're
see
like
the
that screen's
pixels.
too big until you hold it and you're like, holy crap, this
Yeah,
is
but
beautiful.
I have 4 tablets. It's like
It's
basically
not a
another-
tablet.
It's basically another tablet.
Everybody's you though. Not everybody's gonna.
And it's not a tablet.
It's pretty much a tablet.
No, the 3DS is not a tablet.
You're probably the only person in like 30 miles that has at least more than 3 tablets.
Yeah.
At least more than. Wait, what?
Maybe more than 2 tablets.
I like.
I don't even have a
tablets.
tablet.
I really enjoy
It
tablets.
has 0.
You applied for an iPad Mini though.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can win one.
That's some good stuff.
A week later, the iPad Mini 2 is gonna come out.
No, that's all right.
So Matt, you were pretty happy about this next story. Xbox 720 and PlayStation 4 secrets allegedly leaked to Nvidia by former AMD executives, and they got caught.
Yes,
That's
because I,
good.
I am an AMD fanboy, so
You don't
If
like
I-
their secrets being
being leaked.
shared.
So it's good that they got caught.
Yeah.
I like that, actually. People leaking stuff getting caught. Because I hate when things get
How-
leaked.
How was it leaked?
The 2 employees who were, I think, fired from AMD went to Nvidia, got hired by Nvidia, and they shared what hardware is being used in the new PS4 and
Isn't that
Xbox
happening
720.
between Google and Android or something like that,
Google is Android.
or iPhone and then somebody leave one company, take secrets over, and
There's a term for it when you steal employees, like when they fire and you hire them.
you're poaching.
Poaching, yeah.
Is it poaching?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's. I
Like-
think
like-
there's
Sounds-
I think there's an actual word for it that relates to businesses. I'm not 100%. It may be
Oh, okay.
poaching,
Yeah.
but yeah, that did happen a while back, and they sued each other over it and stuff.
Yeah.
These big companies love suing.
Yeah. I think suing is the cool thing to do. But so what? They just they told them about it.
Yeah,
Or
they
did-
told
or did-
them what graphics card were being used in the new consoles.
Hmm.
How this hurts AMD, I have no idea.
Yeah, who cares?
Or is like Nvidia gonna make like a comparable graphics card and sell it for less to Sony and Microsoft? Like I don't understand.
Just an FYI, but it is called poaching. I just looked it up.
Poaching? Okay.
It's called employee poaching.
Good job, Day One Patch.
Hey man, we got to get our information straight up.
I
That
thought
was good.
I thought maybe they put it on the resume like the idiot did with Dead Rising 3.
Wait, what?
Oh
Dead
yeah.
Rising 3. He put Dead
Oh.
Rising 3 on his resume.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's probably just a typo
That's how it
though.
got leaked. Hey, the bug's back.
Yeah, he's crawling up the wall.
Just chilling there on the.
You guys liked
That's
Dead Island.
Dead Island.
I did.
You loved it at first. I remember that.
Yeah, but then I got bored of it really quickly.
It was so freaking fun, though.
But I am looking forward to the new one because
Yeah,
Riptide?
man.
because
Yeah,
it looks like there's more water involved.
And unfortunately, we can't really show you the picture of but go look it up for yourself. It's the collector's edition for. Is it for Riptide?
Yeah,
I believe it's called
One sec, I'll look
Zombie
that up.
Bait Edition or Bait Edition or something. Bait Edition.
Basically, what it is, it's a mutilated zombie
Female torso.
female torso statue that you get with it.
With
is it a life size one?
I don't think so.
Could you practice groping on
Oh
it?
my goodness!
It's the Union Jack bikini as well.
I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's like store mannequin size. I think it's just a little tiny thing.
Yeah, it's just a special edition.
They're getting in crap for it because it is kind of, I guess, inappropriate. I think. But
Once again,
you
who
rose
cares?
a good point though.
Yeah. What if it was a male torso? Would people be complaining?
They probably wouldn't.
What about the zombie head on frickin' The Walking Dead? That's pretty disturbing.
No,
this is controversial because it's female body parts, specifically.
Breast.
It's
Yeah.
covered up though.
It's not
No,
the-
regardless, it's the torso and it's the
Yeah.
breasts.
It's still covered up.
I think
Wow,
that
you'd make an excellent lawyer.
Like, good lord, like you walk. What am I gonna do? Go to the beach and be like, "Okay, suing you, and you."
No, it's the fact that it's
it-
just the head and the arms and the legs are gone, and it's just the torso.
There's gonna be some sort of women's movement out there arguing that has a figurative statement to it too, about silencing women and like.
Oh,
taking away
good
their-
lord.
Like there's a lot of yeah, maybe they shouldn't have done it bad, but like my point is, if there was a male version of it,
They wouldn't know one to give a fuck.
no one would care.
Why is it the Union Jack?
That is. I think that's
It makes
like
for
little,
a good bikini.
like
that's
a
why.
little hint.
What, like a
The
zombie
boobs
U
are all you need.
crossover?
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it straight up.
See, that's the problem with the statue.
It's God. Who cares?
I did grab a zombie's boob in the first game. You remember that?
Oh, that was so funny.
What happened?
That was the funny.
A zombie attacked me and I grabbed its boob.
How the hell do you?
I was sitting right up front in the screen. I was just watching you play. For some reason, I was sitting like right in front of the TV. and then there's you. The zombie hops on top of you.
I'm so sorry.
Your arm is put up, and you grab her boobs. It was just so funny. You're like, I'm sorry for grabbing your boobs. That was so funny. Holy man. I was laughing for a good 15 minutes.
So they're retracting this.
I
thing?
believe so. That's the latest news we have from them.
I wonder if they're just gonna like do a smaller version, of like it's just like a smaller package with that not included, or they're gonna replace it with something different altogether.
Either way, it was kind of a boring special edition,
I think
in my
so, yeah.
opinion. Nothing special about it at all.
Because do you think? What if it was just like a female, same bikini? What if it was just like a smaller statue of a female zombie wearing the same thing?
That'd be fine, I think. I think that would be fine.
Okay.
I think it's because they're just focusing on sexual bits.
on the best parts.
That's what raises the controversy. It's making just women an object more than human. So,
They're not even human. They're zombies.
oh, Marty, I mean, you're getting too technical now.
and if it was a guy, the argument would be why can't there be a women version of this?
I think where people are too outspoken nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah, people are too
It's
uptight.
getting ridiculous.
No, but I do think it is inappropriate. And
Yeah,
I'm glad they've retracted it. So, I just hope they didn't waste money on like producing like
Oh, of course they did.
like 1 million copies of this thing.
Hey man, if you get your hands on one somehow,
Oh, how
Oh,
much would-
super rare.
that'd be really
Well, yeah, if you can get your hands on the Django Unchained action figures, buy them because they're
They have
they're
action
gone
figures.
now. They stopped selling them
Why?
because they don't
Cruelty.
because you're playing with a slave.
that's terrible.
But
Yeah.
yet they've
Slavery slavery
it.
is not a toy, and so they those got shut down.
It's an
So-
ideal.
Yeah. So if you can get your hands on that, I think that'd be worth something someday. So let's move on.
Man, I can imagine them just burning all those in like in a furnace. Like,
That's even worse. That sounds terrible.
No,
Oh my
but it wouldn't be just Django though. They have
I
other
know.
characters in there too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like I could just like imagine them collecting them all, like opening up the furnace.
Do they have like a little? Do they have like a little toy Christoph Waltz? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
awesome.
It didn't look like him.
Oh, that's stupid then.
Django
he
kinda
was the
looked
best part of that about that.
Jamie-
movie.
I haven't
Jimmy
seen
Fox
it.
looked
I'm
like
going to see
Oh
it tomorrow.
my god, it's so good.
Going to see it tomorrow.
Well, he won the Golden Globe.
Who did?
Christoph Waltz won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
He was amazing in that.
White PS3. You guys excited?
No, I don't care.
Okay, moving on. Sony settles lawsuit with Kevin Butler. The actor's name is Jerry Lambert. You might remember
That sounds
him.
like a character in itself.
Yeah, it's probably not
I'm
his real
Kevin
name.
Butler playing Jerry Lambert. And it would work either way.
Do we have a story about lawsuits every single podcast?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty crazy.
That's boring.
It's the decade of suing.
Just to get you guys up to speed, he was in the was it Firestone? Firestone Tower commercial?
Bridgestone.
Bridgestone. Bridgestone. And
shit together.
Firestone.
he's in the back. He's in like a lab suit, and he's playing the Wii.
Yeah. They were giving away a Wii console there.
And apparently, him dancing in the background is what made all this controversy in this lawsuit.
I think it's a little bit ridiculous considering he wasn't even playing Kevin Butler in that commercial.
So yeah, well, this came from Sony. Use of the Kevin Butler character to sell products other than those from PlayStation misappropriates Sony's intellectual property creates confusion in the market and causes damage to Sony.
What a bunch of bullshit.
If he was on a Wii commercial, like a straight up Wii commercial, then yeah, I agree with the suing.
Yeah, because it was for Bridgestone,
Bridgestone, when they're just
who
giving away a
happened to be
product.
giving away a Wii.
They didn't even sue Bridgestone, right? They just
No,
sued
No,
they
they
sued-
are.
they sued
Oh,
Bridgestone.
okay.
They're suing the Bridgestone company and the company which made the commercial, the production company which made
But
it.
and
they-
Kevin Butler.
They
Or
No,
not
they
Kevin
said they
Butler.
settled with him.
they
Okay.
settled with him.
He cannot do anything game related for 2 years, and if he endorses anything else altogether, I think he has to run it by Sony first. I feel bad for the guy. Because here's the thing, though. There's nothing to say that he was playing Kevin Butler.
He doesn't
and
even
B,
talk.
What?
He doesn't even
He
talk.
doesn't
in there.
talk. Like he's really just standing there around. Like is that hair? Was that hairstyle trademarked by Sony? Is it because of his hair, or is that his hair?
It's probably his.
Yeah, okay. See, what the hell do they want from this guy? And they say the word damage was used, right? In one of
Yes.
those
Oh
quotes.
my
What does
God.
the word about damage say? What does it say?
Causes damage to Sony.
Okay. Any damage caused to Sony by this was caused by them by bringing it to their attention. Like
Yeah.
that commercial probably would have ran for what? As long as the promotion was on,
Mhm.
maybe a little longer than that. Maybe it would have aired obscure number of times on an obscure number of channels
Yeah.
to get to that few people they want to,
Yeah.
and then it would have disappeared in obscurity. Nobody would ever talked about it, and
Yeah.
then bringing it to light is what's causing.
I never
this
actually saw
shit.
it on TV,
Yeah.
only online.
We probably
I had seen it on
probably
TV,
only
yeah,
it's
I
probably
think.
only open to certain probably United States only. Probably never even on Canadian channels.
Yeah.
And they did digitally remove him
Yeah.
afterward, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. But yeah, it doesn't really damage Sony. I don't think.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be sitting there? Hey, that's Kevin Butler.
Yeah.
He's playing a Wii.
Better go
I should-
buy it.
I am
should
pissed
toss it-
off. I am gonna.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. But I'm glad they settled up, and I do hope to see Kevin Butler back on the
I-
commercials. They haven't used him in a long.
I think
long
it's
Don't-
past his time.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Time for someone new.
Yeah, because he was like, when did they start that ad campaign? Was it like 2 years ago? 3 years?
Whenever they started being 249, the consoles.
I
Oh, that
think-
was the very first one, right? The
Yeah.
249.
I think that's when the Slims came out, right?
Yeah,
The
I
original
think he started
Slim.
with the Slim. Yeah, the first Slim, not the Super Slim.
Yeah.
So, somebody suggested. I think I said this before on this one or the other podcast. For PlayStation All Stars to have a Kevin Butler.
That would have been
Character.
brilliant.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. I think we've expressed before on our previous podcast which controller we like best. I finally admitted to enjoying the Xbox One a little more. I'm a big Sony fanboy.
I would like the Frankenstein one. Just might make my own custom controller.
take the best of both.
Best of both, yes.
Mhm. But let's just go around. What are your favorite controller out of any platform?
Any
I
platform?
mean, the big three.
Okay.
Current big three.
Yes.
Okay, let me go with Xbox.
Matt.
I'm actually gonna go with the Wii U. I really like the tablet.
Oh yeah, okay. The Wii U's pretty solid. There's something weighted about the 360 controller though. It feels perfect.
Yeah, Xbox 360 for mine.
Perfect.
I think
weight.
it is the perfect controller. Okay, no,
Whoa.
98% perfect. The D-pad.
Yeah, did you
D-pad
get
is
it?
Which they fixed.
I
on
would
the
never
s-
actually use it to navigate a person on screen. I barely like. I'll use it to select items. That's about it.
They did fix it on that special silver one they came out with.
Yeah, it has a different D-pad.
With an adjustable one that you can like
You turn.
and
It depending on like it says if you're doing arcade style gaming, you can turn it so it's more.
Yeah.
It's easier. Everything but the D-pad. I love the 360 controller.
But back to the Wii U controller though. I find it a little awkward to hit the shoulder buttons, not the ones that your fingers rest on, but the ones on top.
I don't
Really?
mind it.
Yeah, you kind of have to reach up a bit, and then when you're using the analog sticks, your hand has to go up into a much more uncomfortable position than when they're resting on the D-pad and the face buttons.
My complaint actually with that is games who use the screen a lot, like the controller's pretty light, but continually holding the controller in one hand, it starts like almost feeling like I don't know. I don't know. It's just too like wavy. I don't know because you're continually like touching it, and your hand actually starts to hurt because
Mhm.
you're like balancing the controller, trying to hit buttons and like quickly switch back to using the analog stick.
Yeah.
But I like it just because I think it's so innovative.
Mhm.
I actually really love their buttons too. I think they have the best buttons.
Well, they have one of the best D-pads apparently. They have a patent on it that ran up, I guess, and so anyone can get that D-pad.
The
Wii U's D-pad.
The Nintendo D-pad.
The
in general.
Nintendo D-pad in general.
yeah, it's not it. I like it. I like my favorite D-pad. I think ever is the SNES one.
Oh jeez.
The SNES D-pad is awesome.
And the What do you guys
If
prefer?
I could take this SD pad and put it on the Xbox controller, you'd be set.
So Marty, you wanted to create a Frankenstein one.
Yeah, let's get on this.
What's your Frankenstein controller?
Make sure the audio works.
I would take the
Never mind.
L1 and R1
Is
button.
TV audio?
Okay.
I would take the L1 and R1 buttons from the PS3 controller, the DualShock, the triggers from 360.
No.
Oh, I can't
continue,
do.
Continue.
I can't do PS3's triggers.
No, I'm saying the triggers for Xbox are fine, but you don't need the R1 and L1 from PS.
No.
Those don't even feel like anything.
Yeah, they do. They're good. I like them.
They're
No.
they're better than 360s.
No.
The
I-
bumpers are
no.
incredibly plasticky.
Yeah.
Like they don't
feel,
even feel like the rest of the
They
controller.
feel that you could just peel them off.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
They don't. What's wrong with you?
This is Marty's Frankenstein. Okay.
I take the Wii U's buttons. I'll take the analog stick placements of the 360, the home button of 360, and the overall shape of 360.
So basically,
Basically, the buttons and D-pad from the Wii U, and the shoulder buttons from the DualShock.
it's not bad.
Yeah. And it would look like the Halo ODST controller.
Do you guys have your own Frankensteins at all?
I don't know. I kind of want to try the Pro controller for the Wii U actually.
I wanna give that a
I
go,
want to
yeah.
get my hands on one of
Just
those.
because we're kind of judging this almost kind of biased.
Because the Wii U gamepad is so different. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I want to try it, but personally, I am with Marty on most of that. I don't enjoy their D-pad, and I do enjoy the L1 and R1. So I'm pretty much with Marty if I were to create a Frankenstein.
I would think basically my PS3 DualShock, but in the Xbox form factor, and then maybe the triggers swapped out. Because
They're hard to use over a
And
long
I
period of time.
Yeah, I feel like you get more of a range with your Xbox ones too. So
Yeah.
for like racing games and stuff, you have more leeway on how much gas you want to give.
Yeah.
Do you
It,
like
it
this-
actually resembles a pedal.
Yeah, and a trigger.
Yeah.
That's
the
true.
PlayStations don't.
There's
They look
nothing.
like poo.
Go back to the PS2 and hit the R2. They're disgusting though.
They're
Yeah,
just
'cause they're
buttons,
not, they're
right?
buttons, they're not
They're just,
triggers.
yeah, there's analog buttons.
Yeah. What I didn't like about the racing games for the
Or
PlayStation
digital, sorry.
2 era
Yeah.
was like it wasn't a trigger, it was literally just a button. So it was always full power or no power.
Yeah.
It was never just like a happy medium.
Mhm.
So that's what I didn't like. But I enjoyed it, the DualShock 2 controller for the time of the PlayStation 2. But when I started using the Xbox 360 controller and I picked up Resident Evil 4 for PlayStation 2 and went back to it, I had such a hard time. Like the hard edges on the PlayStation controller, like just the weird. I felt like the joysticks, like your thumbs are too close together.
I
Like,
don't
I
have that
noticed my
problem.
thumbs would like smack into each other.
I've never done that.
I don't know where you rest your thumbs on the.
like
analog
you
stick.
rotate,
Near
like,
the
in, it
bottom.
just yeah.
But I have like the tip of my fingers on it, not like the middle, so they don't touch
and
it at all.
and the curve of the joysticks for the PlayStation one,
Mhm.
like with the Xbox, you can rest them in the little nook.
Yeah, because my finger does slip on the PS3 one,
Yeah, on
Might
the
well
Xbox
get
one,
sweaty
they
and it'll
rest
slip,
in
huh?
there, and you can like
but then your nubs disappear.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, I finally looked down on my Xbox controller, the one I've had since beginning of the system, and like the nub is just like all deformed, and it's just like
Oh,
it,
man.
it looks so gross.
Do you guys ever clean out the crap in the crack of your controller?
I do not.
One of my favorite things to do.
It's really
I'll,
fun.
I'll give it
but
to my
gross.
brother with the paper clip every once in a while.
Oh,
Like
the
clean it
the Wiimotes are awesome for that. If you enjoy cleaning your controllers.
It's gross, but it's terribly fun
Yeah,
knowing
it's
that
so
it's
much
not
fun.
in your controller anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
do
like
you guys-
there's a new game season coming out.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But here's how I rate console generations: when your console becomes sticky and there's nothing you can do about it, it's time for a new console.
Wait, what?
Ew.
My PS3 controller is just doesn't feel nice. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel nice
PS2
anymore.
it's
controller?
all the like the factory plastic on is all worn out.
Yeah,
yeah,
like the nice like kind of coated layer on top is
Yeah.
gone,
it's gone.
and it just feels like the ones in the store demos.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what it feels like.
It feels like a demo controller.
Yeah.
And the analog sticks are worn down to the bone. with the plastic underneath.
Yeah, just-
You guys like the
Gross.
staggered analog sticks or like in line?
I prefer them staggered.
Staggered.
Staggered?
staggered. What do we got?
It's something about it feels better.
How do you mean staggered?
You know, like the Xbox has like
Xbox is up here.
the left is like top.
Oh.
So you're doing this.
I can do
instead
either or.
of-
They both
Instead
feel
of
good.
play-
I
PlayStation is-
don't notice when I pick it up.
Yeah, you
it's
just hit your
natural.
hand, just conditions to it.
Well,
Yeah.
you said your Frankenstein was the
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 360 alignment. Yes.
Yeah.
but I don't.
You know, you should DualShock in the 360 form factor. Does that mean the analog sticks would be staggered for you?
Not necessarily. I just mean the actual how it fits in your hand. The controller fits in your hand.
It
Like the hard
fits
edges you were
nicely.
talking about on the
Fucking
DualShock
hate the hard edge.
is a little cramped at times.
Yeah.
But I don't like the battery pack for the rechargeable 360
I actually
controller
don't notice it.
because your fingers are like jammed in there.
No,
No, I
no
don't
problem with it. I don't know where the fuck you place your fingers, man.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with it.
So yeah, Matt, bring up that link.
Yeah,
Got
I
that
got it
link
right
up?
here.
And just kind of go through and we'll discuss each game. This is the
The 2012 disappointing games.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I checked out this list. I did not enjoy it.
Oh, okay. I don't agree with some of this.
Yeah, I don't agree with most of those actually.
Okay, so just going through a few in the list here, we got Assassin's Creed 3.
I haven't played it.
I don't know, but I wouldn't say it's disappointing. It was a little bit weird.
I
Well,
had I had some fucking wiener from my co-op placement spoil something for me on that.
Ah,
I'm gonna
But
tell you the
continue.
ending.
No,
I'm not going to.
what a
Calm down.
wiener.
I don't know. Assassin's. Anyway, and anyone who's played it here? I know Adriano obviously hasn't.
I have yeah.
Did you think it was disappointing?
Disappointing in the sense that it did not live up to Assassin's Creed games.
It was incredibly overhyped too.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm just biased. That's my favorite like historical era.
That's true.
The
Like American Revolution,
Yeah.
like muskets and that. I
The
really
era
like
is
that.
awesome.
it's very
but
very
just-
interesting. American history altogether is interesting.
It felt so disconnected from the other Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, it was too different.
It looked rushed.
Oh
too.
my god, holding down R1 to run, and then I like accidentally run up a wall, jump onto a fence, jump into this, dump there, mission failed. Good stuff. Didn't mean to do any of that.
Not,
If you were to use the Xbox RB
No,
button, it's
come
much
on.
better.
Mm.
Okay, moving on.
Give us the next game on that.
Medal of Honor Warfighter. I don't agree with that. I actually
I think
really
the
enjoy
rest
that
of the
game.
world agrees with that though.
I wouldn't say it's a disappointment if you were looking forward to it because
I
was looking
really
forward to
enjoyed
it.
I got it for Christmas, and I was like, oh, like a lot of people were like, I think it was actually you, Ryan, and like a couple of people online were like, oh, enjoy that, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna install this thing. Installed it. I actually really enjoy it.
Okay, Marty laid witness to my emptying an entire clip into a man's face and torso,
Nothing happened.
and the man did not die.
I go online and I'm top of the match every time.
I think you're the only one in like the match.
Oh, good lord. Okay, I'm
It's
moving
Matt
on.
running around the lobby or a map until it ends and he comes up on top.
Syndicate.
I don't know what that is.
I've
That's
heard
like
the
a
name.
hybrid. A hybrid. If I remember correctly, I think I don't know, Marta. Did you know anything about it? I don't know.
It sounds like a mafia game.
I think it's if I remember correctly, it's a hybrid between like a strategy game RTS and something I forget now. But apparently that was a big
Moving
disappointment.
on.
Mass Effect 3, Adriano.
Yeah,
I heard
I
that.
enjoyed it for what it was.
I haven't played it, but I heard it was amazing until the bad stuff happened.
but I mean, even the beginning and the rest of the game before the ending wasn't as good as the Mass Effect 2.
It just as a game, it just wasn't as exciting to play.
Yes.
But I enjoyed story elements from it.
I almost feel like it was a giant DLC pack for Mass Effect 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Empire.
Because you didn't really do anything. Like in the other games, you would recruit crew members and stuff, and you would go
Do
on
loyalty
crew story
missions.
loyalty missions, and it was dynamic in that way.
Yeah.
And this one,
I get why people don't like it.
and then any relationship
not
you
gonna-
made in the second one didn't mean anything. I was with
Oh,
Miranda. I
that's
saw
not
her.
true.
I saw her like twice.
Yeah, when it came to characters like Kasumi, I had her in the second game.
Yeah.
I saw her once in the third game. That was it,
Mhm.
or maybe twice. I don't know. But certain major decisions that you made in the second game, like not character decisions, but plot decisions
Mhm.
made. But I get why people don't like it or they were disappointed with it. I compare the Mass Effect games exactly like the original Star Wars.
That's what I was gonna
Oh,
say.
that's pretty good.
The second one is absolutely amazing. It is arguably one of the greatest things ever for that medium.
Mm-hmm.
Video games, movies.
Yep.
The next best one down is the original, and then the third worst one for different reasons, whatever reason you want to pick out of it, is the worst one. Return of the Jedi and Mass Effect 3. Then I think you could do it with another set of 3 movies. I think
Batman. Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think Dark
trilogy.
Knight. I think Dark Knight was the
Oh.
other one that you can put together
There you
like that.
I'm a Batman Begins fan,
I love Batman
Yeah,
Begins.
that's my top one.
I
That
like
was
the
m-
first two equally.
and I was disappointed by the third.
One of the cool things I heard was movies have Star Wars, TV has Star Trek, and video games has Mass Effect. That's kind of how they place the big sci-fi genres.
I wouldn't say that.
Why not? Can you name a better like sci-fi show than Star Trek?
Oh, I was
Stargate?
referring to Mass Effect actually. Not.
Well, name a better sci-fi game. Now you've never played them though.
Give me a sec.
There's
Continue.
all the Star Wars games, even.
No,
They
no,
don't-
there's
they
some
don't
really
reach
Not
the
related,
same-
I guess.
Well,
Star
wait.
Wars good. Have you
There's
played
like
the Force Unleashed?
10% good Star Wars games.
Wait, wait,
Battlefield or Battlefront.
KOTOR
Sorry.
is amazing. I know you don't like KOTOR.
That's fine. I'm not saying there aren't good Star Wars
KOTOR
games
was
out there,
freaking
but-
awesome.
There's a
But
lot
like
of poop.
as if you're to just take the Star Wars
Franchise.
video game franchise and ignore every other piece of property out there, all encyclopedias, graphic novels, books, movies, whatever.
You're left with a pile of poop and a little diamond.
Gotta
Good luck
sift-
sticking your hand through that poop to get to that diamond, because that's a lot of poop you gotta go through.
That's what I don't understand. It's like when they spend time, they make awesome games.
Mass Effect as games are still enjoyable, and it's still amazing thing to do, especially the choices and like when Mass Effect, when it gets to a point where you are saddened or you were messed up because of the choices you made,
Yeah.
like the one I made in Mass Effect 3, like a game is doing its job.
No.
And it's well done. I've never felt that way about Star Wars games, and so I agree with Star Trek TV. Well, I agree with Star Wars movies, Mass Effect as games, but Star Trek, I see it as TV and movies.
Because they made the movies.
They,
so
Yeah,
Well,
it was
Stargate. God damn it.
No.
It doesn't have the same
No.
following.
Oh. Yeah, moving on this list. Okay. Halo 4. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
come
like Halo.
on. Come on.
Okay, well, we all know. All right, let's move on.
I play Halo 4 every weekend. Played it last night.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Holy man, that was fun.
I destroyed you.
Hmm?
Nothing.
You destroyed both me and Ellen.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
Okay, Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's a
never,
new one.
Never even tried it.
It's essentially no longer Need for Speed. It's
Oh, good
it's
lord.
Burnout.
I was disappointed by the reviews for it. I was really looking forward to that game.
I think they're just trying to go off the name of the first Most Wanted on 360 was amazing.
That's messed up how now they're two most wanted 360s.
Oh, I got. Oh,
I love that game.
There was a reboot of the same game in its own generation.
That's so stupid.
all right. Need for Speed Most Wanted.
The
came out-
original.
came out on PS2, Xbox 360. Did not come on disc to PS3. It got put on the PSN, and they took it down.
Really?
I was looking through the list of PSN titles for PS2 classics or whatever they're called. Yeah.
Yep.
Online, not on the actual store, just online. And
Oh,
I saw
so it wasn't a PS3 release on the PS Network. It was
No.
a PS2
classic.
class. Oh, okay.
And I saw that it was on there, so I rushed over to my PS3, noticed it wasn't there, did some further investigating, and it got pulled.
Why?
No reason given.
That's a disaster.
So I cried myself to sleep that night.
My only thought is that the updated one, the current generation one, is on the PlayStation Network,
Yeah.
and maybe just they want people to buy that one instead of the cheaper PS2 copy.
What a
Not gonna do
disaster.
that. Not gonna do that.
I'm just the only thing I can think of why it got pulled.
I wonder if it's on the marketplace still.
'Cause I think EA and Sony have a pretty good relationship. So
Yeah.
Check if it's on the Xbox Marketplace.
Yeah. Matthew?
Moving on here. Got Diablo 3. I don't know.
I never played the other one, so I don't really know. It was I
The
jumped
new-
into Diablo 3. That was it.
The new features killed it. The real money auction house.
No PvP either.
The no PvP. It wasn't a completed game. If they had spent another 6 months on it, it would have been a lot better. I don't think it was too bad because I played the Diablos. I didn't play them religiously though, and I enjoyed it. But I could see where the hardcore fans
Mm-hmm.
would say otherwise. Twisted Metal.
I enjoyed Twisted Metal, but yes, it was disappointing for how long I waited.
I don't even.
I
didn't
waited
like
for
that
like
game.
5, 6, 10 years.
Oh my god! 5,
Oh
6,
my
10
God.
years.
I'm still waiting on the Twisted Metal movie as well.
Oh, good lord. Little Big Planet karting. That's a karting game with no split screen. So
Let's
I'm
just
out.
not even talk about that.
Who was excited for that?
No one. Let's move on.
I didn't even know it existed. I Am Alive. That's a DLC title.
That I'm gonna say that was disappointing.
When I heard them talking about it, it sounded like the coolest game ever. The idea that like a gang is coming at you, you can pull out a gun, regardless if you have ammo. They see you have a gun, and they back away.
and then
you can use mechanics like that. That's what's so cool.
Do you know what they did in the game?
Yes.
You pull out the gun. The guys get scared. You put down your gun. They forget you have a gun,
Yeah.
and they charge you.
Sorry, what game was this? I was looking up.
I'm alive. You're the bad guy. I have a gun. I pull it out. You're scared. I put it down. You run at me. That's
Yeah,
essentially the game.
That's stupid.
You can
So
keep doing it.
Yeah.
They'll keep getting scared.
The most wanted on Xbox Marketplace is the new one. Not this. I don't know if the other one was on there. It probably wasn't because the Xbox Marketplace is terrible.
Yes.
But
So
that's-
angry.
That is the end of the list, by the way.
That was it.
It's a
It
piss
wasn't
poor,
a terrible list,
piss
actually.
poor list.
That was a
Well,
piss
well,
poor
it-
list. That was a piss poor
I
list.
wouldn't mind playing all those games.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't. I still want to kind
Don't
of
care
try.
for Halo.
I'm alive.
I tried twice getting into that franchise. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. You either like it or you don't.
I'm like a very, very casual Halo player.
I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm upset about Warfighter. That's. I really enjoy that
Only
game.
you and the development team. That's
I
it.
legitimately like. I'm not a fanboy VA by any means, as I make fun of them all the time. And I actually put that game on my computer and was like, "Holy fuck, this is actually really fun."
All right, so let's move on to our rants, and got 2 rants for you today. Let's start off with cover art. Marty, you're a big fan of cover art,
I am a huge fan of cover art.
and you just love all the new cover arts coming out, and you can't wait.
BioShock, you suck.
What about our Arkham City?
Riptide, you suck.
Whoa. Rewind to Bioshock for a second.
BioShock Infinite.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
It's a dude standing with his gun on the cover.
They're satisfying the complaints and they're looking to change it. There's that whole voting thing. There's that really weird abstract red and white one they're thinking of doing.
Well, not really change it, just make it reversible.
Yeah.
And they voted on the one that was cool, but the one I didn't like.
That was the one.
It was the red, like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
Asian one, right?
Yeah.
It was cool, but I don't think it looked like a cover to a game.
What other cover art things? don't you-
Splinter Cell, you suck. I'm sick of seeing dudes with guns.
Pull out a random
All
game
the
there,
Call
Ray
of Duties?
Jones.
Yeah, random game, pull it out.
Let's see what we get.
What
Interest-
about Arkham City? All the stupid like 10 out of 10.
The game of the year.
The Game of the Year
edition.
edition, that
We're
was
talking about the
effing brutal.
here's the Arkham Asylum one.
That one's actually bad.
This
That's not so great at all.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, you asked me name good cover art in the last while.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
this one isn't. I don't mind that.
It's
That's
not
good.
terrible,
That's
but It's
Arkham
Bat-
City, by the way.
it's Batman. How do you screw up Batman?
I liked the theme that they did with this. Like all the posters are in this really crisp looking CG.
Yeah,
Like there's one of him and Catwoman and like
she's got the whip.
back, yeah.
and-
That's cool. Yeah.
like I like that style. There.
But even your iPhone like screen lock screen is a cooler cover. It would have been cooler.
This
Yeah, that's
What is
that's
it?
badass.
What is? I can't see what
That's
that is.
Batman.
Batman just
Yeah.
standing in the shadows.
What
I
Okay.
have a list here of the 20 worst.
That's the same.
Funny, like some of them are very old, like
Hit me.
Genesis games. So we got the Tom something or other baseball.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Okay, moving on. It's quite funny. That's for Genesis. We got Bust a Move 2.
I don't know what's going on in there.
Those are really old.
What the hell's going on?
That's what you hate, Marty.
Yeah, I hate that.
Dudes walking towards the camera.
That's like the last 3 Call of Duties.
That is the last recall. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull up a more recent list here.
That's what is that?
That's Battlefront. There's a dude.
This is Killzone.
Killzone.
I
I
love
like
the
Killzone.
Battlefield.
I love the Halo 4 cover, but it's a dude with a gun.
This is awesome because this is representation of the game.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Lollipop
yeah.
Chainsaw.
I really enjoy that game. Bought that launch day.
Devil May Cry, the DMC. That's stupid looking.
I haven't even seen that.
It's a dude. Fucking video game.
That's-
art.
This I like this one better than the original one they're gonna do.
Which was what? This is
It
Mass
was
Effect 2, by the way.
What?
Mass Effect 2, by the way. Just telling her.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2. I can't even describe it. If I see it, I can point it out though. But they released the cover art and then they changed it for to this, which I like this one better anyways.
Is that Homefront there? I like Homefront's cover.
What
Let's
do you
see.
think about this?
I like the Resistance.
It's
3
cool
one.
concept, but
Yeah, maybe move your mic a little bit.
I don't
closer.
like the game Resistance 3 too much. It's too different.
it's not Resistance.
It's yeah. Oh,
You
It's
look
the
like a game show
Batmans.
host. Yeah, the very
I like that.
Dragon Age
That's kind of
Origin?
cool. I like that.
the very first game from the far left. Yeah, is that Homefront?
That is Homefront.
I enjoy that cover.
Yeah,
That's badass.
that has some symbolism to it.
Yeah.
Now pick up the fight.
Oh, the fight! I love that game. It's so goofy. Danny Trejo teaching me how to fight. In
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah, that's good.
Grab a Star Wars one. Let's see. Let's get a look at those.
Star Wars, Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars.
That's all right. I mean, for what it is.
For a Lego one, yeah, that's fitting.
But some games have like incredible like mytho
let's
to them.
let's go through
Mhm.
the Assassin's.
Why can't we have that shit on the
Assassin's Creed
cover?
games. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I oddly
Mm.
like that one.
Mm,
I don't like the Assassin's Creed 2 one.
I like the Assassin's Creed 2
I like
over,
AC2.
over Brotherhood.
My favorite.
I wish. Yeah. All right.
can we not just have dudes posing on our games anymore?
Well, yeah, I think IGN did an article on it.
Like that
Love Lightning, so I'm
Boring.
partial to that one.
for Final Fantasy. That
That's bullshit.
that is Oblivion, by the way.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that. That's a good cover. I like
No,
that
it's
cover.
not.
It's boring. Looks
Let's
like
see what
someone
else
like
we got
printed
here.
it off of their computer and slipped
No,
it in their
it's like-
game case.
They coughed on a napkin, and that's what.
He must
Cute.
love this one. Mark.
Holy shit, that's a bad game. I told you not to buy that.
Flashpoint. Fucking. God damn it.
That's funny.
Harry
damn it.
Oh, I
Potter.
had to pay him so much just to do this.
Oh, God. Coincidentally, the Harry Potter covers for the movies are also bad, not just the games.
Yeah, that's right.
Meg, there you go, another example. It's just some guy.
What a
standing
terribly
there.
failed game.
I remember when they were pushing that.
Yeah.
They were really, really promoting that.
My first match, I got kicked out.
That's the collector's edition of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why is there the alternate version of him on there?
It's a Force Unleashed. The one. Yeah.
Force Unleashed. Yeah,
That's
but
kind of
this is him from the DL. This is from the
Non-canon
alternate universe.
DLC.
it's
It's
kind of cool.
weird to put on the cover art.
Well, it came out after the game was already released.
Fallout 3.
See, it's all bad.
The Force Unleashed cover. I don't like the yellow banner at the side.
Yeah.
I don't mind the actual cover itself, but the banner is always weird.
Well, even the cover was kind of weird.
Here's another yellow banner Star Wars one, Complete Saga Lego. There's another yellow banner Star Wars one, the Clone Wars Republic Heroes.
I should pop that in. I haven't
Please.
beaten that game.
Please don't. Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet is cool. I like that.
Okay, let's skip ahead. Far Cry 2.
No, wait. Is that the limited edition one, or is that
For what?
Far Cry?
Pre-order edition.
I like that cover.
Uncharted. Guy, he's holding.
Those are
the
pretty
gun.
bad covers.
Yeah, since there's no video on this podcast, I'm just gonna tell you there's a dude on all of these games on the cover.
Hold on.
He's
So,
holding
so
his.
Marty, what would you like to see on the cover of a game?
Boobs.
If it's not a Matt, if it's not a dude walking towards the screen, what do you want?
Heavy Rain's cool. Yeah, I like Heavy Rain.
I hit it. I buried it somewhere. But Ellie Noir, I like the Ellie Noir cover.
I,
Yeah,
Oh,
love,
it's
I
very
enjoy that.
Rockstar-ish.
Yeah.
Rockstars knows what they're
I
doing.
loved everything about LA Noir, so
This too. I love this.
that's good.
Even though it's a dude with a
His
gun,
gun,
that's
it's
freaking
like-
cool.
It's like just his face is like in the perfect
Yeah.
expression.
It's a typical Western. It's
Yeah.
good.
But like, have you ever seen video game concept art? They draw the whole background and shit.
Mhm.
That I would love to see stuff like
Man,
that.
One of my favorite things about Arkham City was looking at all the concept art.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would look through the art book, and then I realized it's in the art book what I just saw on the damn
Well,
screen.
I've told Marty this multiple times. I think the concept art looks way cooler than the finished product,
It does.
and I think someone should do this. Create a game that looks like concept art. And I think
they kind of what I was disappointed with was this right here, and if my buddy pointed this out to me, Rock Band and Rock Band 2, and Rock Band 3, you all have they have that same CG look,
Yeah.
and then if you look at the intro for Rock Band Beatles, they have this very stylized.
The trailer at E3 was fucking awesome.
I think that's the intro or whatever
Yeah.
it is, but it's a very abstract, stylized cartoon version of them.
Yeah.
And then, but then that was just for the intro video. But then the game goes back to the CG version of it.
Yeah.
And kind of, my buddy's like, I kind of wish they just had like that art throughout the game.
They still
But
had some cool art throughout
That is
game,
the
though.
best looking Rock Band game.
The Beatles one.
Yeah.
And it came out before Rock Band 3, right?
And little
Yeah,
fun.
but even that cover, like that's
Little,
amazing.
little fun fact. They had pretty much made all the concept art and made the game and everything. Yoko Ono took a look at it, said that's not really the Beatles and what they would have it be like, and they reworked it and everything with her her advice and got this amazing looking
It's
game.
incredibly
There's,
Beatles
there's
looking now.
another Yellow Banner Star Wars one, the Clone Wars. What's with the yellow banners?
That's LucasArts. That's what they do.
Well, that's a Wii one.
I think
That
the yellow
doesn't
banner
count.
looks ugly as fuck.
It is. Helps you find your Star Wars game though.
What happened
I don't
to?
think anybody wants to find.
Hey,
this
whoa, whoa.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is good. Battlefront 1's good.
Could play that right now.
But yeah, that's a rant. We went through basically my entire PS3 collection, and
No, you got
We,
shit
we have one more rant as well.
and found very few good covers,
Yeah.
if any. But let's move on to our second rant once Adriano gets all
Fuck
my
you.
games
Hey,
back
you
into
could- you could
position.
start it.
But yeah, okay.
Um,
This one was Matt's idea. Franchise games taken out of their element in order to cash in on their franchise. So tell us what that's about, Matt.
So basically, what that means is we were talking about this last week, actually, not on the podcast,
yes,
but
I
just talking.
remember.
For example, a prime example, actually, the Uncharted card game that's coming out.
Came out.
It came out, okay,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
also the Little Big Planet carding game
Okay. Yeah.
and
I
stuff
wouldn't say
like
that's
that.
all of its element.
So basically, it's basically taking a franchise, taking it out of its elements, so taking it out of it, platformer for Little Big Planet and adventure game for Uncharted, and just slapping it on like something like Tetris, for example, randomly, just to say, hey, look, this is Uncharted Tetris, buy this because Uncharted made a lot of sales.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something that Naughty Dog they've done it before. Crash Team Racing, they're Crash games.
Phenomenal game.
Good game, but they taken Crash Bandicoot and made CTR.
Yeah, but nowadays though, they don't make a quality game out of it. They make they make Uncharted quality, for example, and then they make the card game. Like I don't know specifically if the card game is bad, but for example, the Little Big Planet carding game is horrible. Little Big Planet is good. Little Big Planet carding game is horrible. They just slap Little Big Planet on like a generic like Mario Kart.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I personally love Mario Tennis. What's Mario doing playing tennis? But
Well, hell, all these like Nintendo characters have been
yeah,
taken out and put into everything else.
yeah.
There's
And I-
there's times for it, but I think that like the card game is too much of a stretch.
It is a bit ridiculous. Like I'm a huge fan of Uncharted. I didn't get the card game because
Who the hell asked for the card game?
Well, think about it. Like,
just
what,
like
what
what
are
the
we gonna have?
people
Like
wanted.
Call of Duty Cooking Mama? Like, like what the hell's
I
going
would buy
on?
that.
Whoa, yeah,
That
Captain
sounds
Price cooking it up.
But like I like it when like with Mario Kart, for instance, or Mario Tennis, they would use things from the Mario universe and incorporate it into what you're doing.
Yeah, you think Little
Like-
Big
like-
Planet would
Like
have worked?
like Bullet
worked
Bill. You launch Bullet Bill,
Mm.
zips you across the thing.
Yeah.
Your shells, you would have homing ones, you have regular ones.
Yeah.
Do they take any elements from the Uncharted games and put into this card game?
I haven't played it, but aside from what I know is they just took the characters, stuck them on cards, and it made a card game about it.
Is it voiced at all? Is there any?
I doubt it. Unless it's just like little
text dialogue.
little sound clips like we're not in Shambhala anymore,
God.
stuff like that.
See,
Marty's favorite quote from
from PlayStation All Stars,
Yep.
but
Well, another example is I don't know if it still exists, but Dynasty Warriors, as I always talk about because it's amazing. It like massive battles and that. But then it was thrown into an MMO during like when MMOs started getting really big, like when WoW came out and stuff like that. And basically, it was thrown into an MMO, like an instanced MMO where you'd like go to a mission and that. But that's not what it is. They basically Square Enix Koei, I guess, sorry, was basically trying to get a cash in by making like, oh well, World of Warcraft has like 12 million subscribers or whatever the hell it is, so we could just make like a worldwide MMO, and that'll make tons of money. And that was completely out of its element, and it failed horribly. It was terrible. It wasn't the same game at all.
you can tell when it's an obvious cash in. But if they really take the time to make a quality game with characters from other games, I don't mind it. Like Halo Wars, the strategy game.
I actually really enjoy that. That's for sure.
That's cool.
That is. It's really fun.
Yeah. So I don't mind it as long as they take the time to make it and put a little love in.
So I guess it's not all negative, but it's still something to kind of like companies should, if they want to make a spin-off, make it quality and don't do it too often.
Yeah, fuck you, Uncharted
and,
card game.
This whole thing about franchises is getting ridiculous too, because this is
Not everything has to be a franchise,
yeah.
but We don't get that.
Single games make them a lot more special than.
I really wish
trilogies.
Dishonored wasn't going to be a franchise.
Unless it's a planned trilogy. I don't think Dishonored was a planned trilogy.
No.
Wait,
Hey,
it's like,
we
no,
made
wait,
money.
Dishonored-
Let's do it.
They're making another Dishonored, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. They said it's gonna be a franchise. They
Oh,
use the word
fuck.
franchise.
Well, no, they didn't say it's going to be a franchise. They said we'd like to make it a franchise.
Oh, bitches.
Something like that. Something
The
weird.
style's cool. I
Yeah.
didn't even play the game, but I had that. We have the deck of cards.
Yeah.
I was going through that. I'm like, I love this already. It's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, well, great game. It's actually some people's games like Game of the Year for 2012.
I think that's what I'm gonna play next. I think that's what I had to pull
Yeah,
on
do
my
it.
shelf. And then after that, maybe I'll do Assassin's Creed 3.
How do you like? How do you have like I do this with a lot of games. Like I realize I have Arkham City and stuff like that, but I'm not like the biggest fan of those. But like big AAA titles like AC3, which you obviously,
I was looking forward to AC3. I'm still looking forward.
that's
to
what
it.
I mean. Like games
how,
like
how
that.
can I put it off?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I have so many other things that I need to play. I need to read. I need to watch.
I don't read though. So just cut that out of your life. Cut that out of your life there.
Oh no, I read. I do a lot of graphic novels.
Reading is one of the greatest things ever. It's fantastic.
I look at it. I'm like the cat. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, see, I do a lot of that. I watch a lot of TV. Like, I try to keep a fair balance between all those.
Why don't you just have two TVs? I watch TV and play
See-
games at the same time.
No, see, my attention is on whatever I'm doing.
Oh, good lord.
Depending, maybe if something ridiculously, like comical, like if I have like an episode of American Dad playing, I'll maybe browse for articles, or maybe I'll
Oh yeah,
read
I get that
online.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm watching Fringe, I'm fucking watching Fringe. I'm not playing Batman on the other screen.
I did that on. Well, I watched Walking Dead in standard and in HD. I actually had to call Shaw and was like, "Okay, you took away my standard definition AMD or AMC. I need them. I need HD and SD." And they're like, "One overrides the other." I'm like, "Well, then unfortunately, I'm gonna have to remove your services from my house." And they're like, "Okay, we'll make an exception. We have because I watch it in standard definition and high definition at the same time
Something's wrong with that.
I was gonna say
Why?
job well done, Matt. But
because
then you
it's,
said
that is the best show
Why?
of all life, and I need to see it in every form
But
possible."
All life. Holy.
That is the
shit.
best show ever. The best
Okay.
show ever.
Okay, we're gonna save that debate for another time. But aren't the channels like desynced? They're not always lined
No,
up.
my
There's always
receiver.
like a 2-second delay on it.
Matt probably has something to sync them.
I do. I threw them into a receiver,
sync
and the receiver
generator?
takes it, sees the the satellite receiver signal, takes it to my audio video receiver, and syncs it.
Hmm.
It's fantastic. I love it, and I watch it. and
It's a
amazing.
radiation bath. In
I
Matt's
watch it
basement.
3 times and 3 times when it shows up. Like when there's a new episode, it plays it, then it plays the encore, then the Talking Dead, then Comic Book Man, then there's the episode again, and I watch it all 3 times.
I am going to bring you some books next week. You're
Walking
gonna read,
Dead
and you're gonna
graphic
read them.
novels?
We're
Yeah,
gonna
graphic
start,
novels.
We're gonna start with basic fundamentals.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead.
What?
The Walking Dead graphic novels.
Sure, fine. Walking Dead graphic novels. Is that what you want to get into? Go ahead.
There you go.
Do that.
Bam.
Well, why don't you read those?
Yeah.
See, but now back to the issue of you not playing AAA games right when they can't come out. I have like the opposite problem.
Need the
I need to play them immediately and
Beat them.
know about them so I can talk with other people about them.
See-
It's a weird obsession of
See,
mine.
You got the internet. You can talk with people there.
But I hate playing a game. Like I sometimes like going back and playing an old game, but I hate, like, for example, going now, if I went right now and played AC3, and then I was like I can't go to Ryan. Like I could, but I mean, like, Ryan, when he first got it, was talking about it, and I'd be talking about it because I was playing it. But now, if I go to Ryan, like, we might have a brief conversation, but, like, when both people are actively playing it or recently were actively playing it, like, that's a lot better. Like what Ryan's saying, it's better to talk
That's
to
not
people.
true. Marty and I have had a pretty good conversation about Arkham City tonight, and he played it how long ago?
when it came out.
Oh, see, I was under the
2011.
impression you guys had just both recently played it.
No,
No.
you bought it 2011 when it came out. I just finished it. It's 2013.
Okay.
There's at least 12 months of that difference there. Probably 14, 16 months.
fair enough.
And we
okay.
had still saw just as intriguing conversation.
But yeah, I'm different than all you guys. I can't play a game that's $60. I have to wait. I can't justify
for
paying like
me-
$70 either for
For me,
games.
believe it or not, it's actually more about owning and collecting the game
You're,
then it-
you're the Barry Weiss of video games.
than it is of playing them. If I had the money to sustain it, I'd buy 2 copies of every game. One to break the seal and play, one to keep it sealed.
I do that with
Unfortunately,
consoles.
I can't do that, so I live with the fact of me collecting them.
It's good. Like, think about it, like, it's kind of like a nostalgia thing. Like you pick
Exactly.
up the disc and you're like, holy crap! I used to play this split screen on the
Yeah.
couch with my friends. Like whatever.
I look at my video game collection now. I look forward to 20 years of being able to look back at that.
Yeah.
I get more enjoyment from knowing that than I do actually playing the games now.
There you go.
Bam.
Probably the greatest thing you've ever said in a video game, Marty, that we played, is that you were the Barry Weiss of Borderlands because you get all the terrible guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've run pretty long on this podcast.
I've got one
One
thing
more
about
point? Okay.
BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad.
What?
I said it. It's bad. It's not a good game. Continue.
It hasn't even come out. You don't even know.
Anyway, I pre-ordered 2 different versions of the game, the
Okay.
Songbird and the regular retail, because of that Best Buy glitch. I got 2 codes for in the Industrial Revolution. So it's like an online flash game where you're like the steel worker, you're the oppressed worker. And so I put it in, and you have to make an account either with Facebook or an email. I did an email. And then, so I made an account, and there's like a set of like 50 mini games, and there's something that's turning and something that you need to turn, and you need to place gears, different size ones, and get it going.
I love Gears.
It's fun because then you get points, and then when you're done the level, you get certain supplies. You get to pick who you want to give it to. I can't remember the one party, but one is the Vox Populi. I think they're the oppressees, and then you get the other faction, which is the oppressors.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to pick your sides, which I think is going to be a recurring theme in the game. You get to pick which side you want. If you want to be the oppressor or the oppressee.
Interesting.
So I pre-ordered the game. I'm going to cancel one of them, but I got 2 codes.
Oh.
I think they're universal because when you put it in, it says you can only put in the code once. And it says when you put in a code, you have to pick your system. So you have to pick Mac /PC, Steam, PS3, or Xbox 360. So I think even though I ordered for the Xbox 360, I think the codes are universal. But I think with the stuff you collect, I think will tie in to rewards that you get in the actual game. Question
Yeah,
is,
probably.
who wants the other code?
I do not because BioShock's not a good franchise.
A day 1 patch giveaway.
I think we should test to see if it works first.
That's
Oh,
true.
you
I
can
know,
test.
I know it's gone, but I just like we don't want to give away a code that doesn't work.
Well, I used it today for the
If you
first.
want to give it away, I might pick up Infinite. I'm not sure yet.
That's fine because you can use it if you want because it's a mini. It's fun. Like I was there playing it today.
Yeah.
And you get supplies, and I was giving them away, and then I was getting
That's
stuff.
pretty cool. I like when they do little things
Yeah.
like that.
Well, yeah, like Dragon Age 2, they had a Facebook game, and you could unlock things that you could then use in your game.
Mm-hmm.
You just go to this chest, you open it up, and you got whatever you unlocked on Facebook.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Resistance did it. MyResistance.net.
I never used that.
I never used it, but it's still a pretty cool idea. One other thing we should actually tell our listeners though is our online our progressions online with
Yeah.
our website.
Yeah.
And soon to be Twitter and stuff. I'm gonna get all that set up.
Yeah, I'd like to actually thank you, Matt, for setting that website up, and Aaron Gallagher for his assistance
Yeah,
and helping
he
you
gave
out.
a lot of assistance for sure.
Yeah.
Day1patch.ca. The all letters. It's like just spelt normally, no spaces and anything like that, and it's not the number one. It's all letters. It's still in testing. Like it just says content testing and stuff like that. It doesn't run properly in IE, but if you're running it in IE, then don't. Then just don't because that's horrible. It runs in mobile browsers, but it doesn't run in IE only. So
hey, my grandma uses
anyway.
Internet Explorer.
that's Hashem. Anyway, so yeah, and so soon to come Twitter, and check out our episodes in that because I'm going to be posting them this week on the website for some testing.
Also,
stuff.
check out our previous podcasts.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I have an archive section, so we might have the
old
shoulder button boys and stuff like that. That was our old podcast.
Yeah.
If you
The
were
golden age.
be sure to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/DOP podcast, and
like us on Facebook,
Like us on Facebook.
follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. And
Marty _.
hope you listened to this entire episode because we ran pretty long. This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
What time are we at?
We're at 148.
Oh yeah,
God
So-
damn.
Hope you listened to the whole thing. I thought it was a pretty good podcast. I thought one good.
Meh.
Okay.
A lot of
That's
people
fine.
listen to podcasts when they're on the road, so
Yeah, but I personally like maybe an hour, but I think we'll just be like free like this. We won't actually have a time restraint.
I
If we want
longer
to
the
talk,
better.
we'll talk. So.
If we could, I'd do a 4-hour podcast.
But yeah, if you like us on Facebook, maybe send us like just right on our wall. If you have any suggestions, because we do want to expand, do more things than just a podcast.
we do have an email address as well.
Yeah.
Coming soon. info@day1patch.ca. I have some. There's a glitch, so I have to fix it up. But I'll put that on the.
Don't use it yet.
I know I'll put that on the website that when it's up and running. But it's info@day1patch.ca. So that's general inquiries, questions, suggestions, etc.
Okay, well, I hope you
See ya.
guys, join us next week. Thank you.